Records.
It's a summertime, everybody happy. Mommy them gladdy and the picking them clapping. Everybody make we celebrate, oh. Anybody know ready make you wait, oh. Every day you go see this man pan chilling. Let nobody never hurt my feeling. In the summertime, every time we're killing. Yeah, we chilling hard. Anytime you see me sip me man Kamara. So the pretty kitty then can Kamara. But I can drink and don't can Kamara. Not only in the summertime it can man. In the summertime we can chill till we sleep and pool. But sometimes we can just keep on cool. Me DJ say fi bust this sweet and pool. So me just kill and cool. Catch me down in the beach side, kicking wicked freestyle. Had them pretty cute titty, then can make the king smile. In the summertime we can get so many fun at times though. So many traumatized with so many romanized. Summertime in Africa we can chill number 2. In the McKinney we can go number 1. Po town we can go my beach. In Kenema, Nandiema beach. Everybody come on let we celebrate. Whether you just sell junks or you selling bread. Come make we celebrate, oh. You go appreciate, oh. Everybody come on let we celebrate. Whether you just sell junks or you selling bread. Make we celebrate, oh. You go appreciate. You see me in the kitchen, just a cooking and the chicken and then they want me teaching about summer song me teaching. They chilling down the street, me I'm so silly down the city. Check down in my yard, I'm killing every sweet bit. Me happy every summertime, nothing go make me traumatized. Every time we start to the party when the sun arise. Man I happy like summertime. I dey sing and summarize. No put pepper on my eyes, oh. I want see for every day this boy is having fun. No drink, I'm reserving more. It's a summertime, everybody happy. Mommy them gladdy and the picking them clapping. Everybody make we celebrate, oh. Anybody not ready make you wait, oh. Every day you go see this man pan chilling. Let nobody never hurt my feeling. In the summertime, every time we're killing. Yeah, we chilling hard. Anytime you see me sip me man Kamara. So the pretty kitty then can Kamara. But I can drink and don't can Kamara. Not only in the summertime it can man. In the summertime we can chill till we sleep and pool. But sometimes we can just keep on cool. Me DJ say fi bust this sweet and pool. So me just kill and cool. Catch me down in the beach side, kicking wicked freestyle. Had them pretty cute titty, then can make the king smile. In the summertime we can get so many fun at times too. So many traumatized with so many romanized. Summertime in Africa we can chill number 2. In the McKinney we can go number 1. Po town we can go my beach. In Kenema, Nandiema beach. Everybody come on let we celebrate. Whether you just sell junks or you selling bread.
Greetings, fellow Sierra Leonean and viewers beyond the Sierra Leone community. Welcome to Salon for All and Voice for All Network Television. I am your host, Khadija Tijan Nabi. Today we get series of things then we get for address. 2 of which we want to give tributes to 2 wonderful Sierra Leoneans them where they don't become a late. One of which the late chief where pa Blaq Kamara. And then, but the first one we'll go address for now overshadow the good work of Mr. Kevin Amadou Samora, where now been the former superintendent for police. Unfortunately, if other family members then they watch where they're not able for day at today in a forgive way, but one of the other family member when Mr. Fona in they take the place of the rest of the family them. We want to take this opportunity once again on behalf of the entire team for extend we sincere condolences to the entire family. Having said that, I pause for make all we panelists them come and give introduction of themselves, and then from there we go start for give tribute, like I say, to the late Mr. Samora, and then we go land to Mr. Blaq Kamara, Simultaneously, we'll get to talk about third way as well as the good work where Mr. Kamara himself don't do na the Republic of Sierra Leone, the son of the late man. Having said that, in a welcome to Salon for All, Voice for All, Network Television. Once again, Mina Khadija Tijan Nabi. Make a call on Mr. Blaq. Come in and introduce yourself, please, followed by Mr. Fona. Welcome, Mr. Blaq.
Thank you very much, Madam Moderator, Khadija. Ladies and gentlemen, been Dr. Blaq, Kamara, and Dr. Blaq Fashion. Some of the late signature background, Chief Alhaji Abdullah Kamara. He's to rest in peace. We then been brutally killed back in 1998 of February 28th.
Thank you so much, sir, and welcome, welcome, welcome. We're sorry for the passing of your dad and the way how we passed. But again, today we did take the opportunity for remember him and give him the tribute where he deserves in the eyes of many, not only you, but the other Sierra Leoneans the way know him personally. We don't come in contact with him and we know a good name. Having said that, make her bring Mr. Sulaiman Fona. Mr. Blaq, check your device. It seems like I want to we'll get the best of this discussion today. So check that you make not give we had time today. You headpiece. Mr. Fona, come in, sir. Welcome, sir. Welcome.
Hello, how are you, Jana?
Fine, thank you, sir. Yes, I will get to you. Welcome, Mr. Fona.
Okay, yeah, we are Sulaiman Fona. Living in Australia for 18 years. I am a public servant in Australia and also a CEO for the third way movement. And I want to particularly thank Mr. Blaq for coming here because I know him Dan very, very well. And I know on many occasions in presentation or recount the history of that particular event, the way you can find one person a feature in some of the recount, the memories of things about recount. I think you have also feel very passionate about the death of your father, and it was very great. Yeah.
So wonderful. So you're going to play a lot of, you're going to wear a lot of shoes today, right? Not only they represent the late Mr. Samora, but you also go get the opportunity as well for joint voice with the other Sierra Leoneans for give your own point of view about this late man, late chief. Thank you once again, Mr. Suleiman. Yeah, thank you so much for we take time out of your busy schedule for come in for now we honor them great Sierra Leoneans there. I want to call on Mr. Sankoyila, name self, introduce himself. Welcome, sir.
I think your video not unmuted.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Mr. Ila, check your device. It seems like your volume a day on mute. So which one? Yes, sir. We hear you now. Yes, welcome, sir.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
It's okay?
Yes, sir. We hear you, sir. Go ahead.
Yes. Me na share something from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. I want to thank all the panelists. Me coming their way na Mr. Fona. I know Sabian passionately, but they follow up in over 2 years now. Why they follow up in your programs, and I know Mr. Blaq is that they passionately Chief Alhaji Abu Blaq Lubu Kamara, and it reached to the time Abi Imam. I know Mr. Blaq, Dauda Blaq, when he was a boy. I know Imama, and I be the Imam for in that this small mosque day na man friendly. Happy to be deputy Imam day during the time of the 1996, 97, 98, before he lost his life. And notorious petty trader, when one of the brilliant petty traders, them before he make the president for in the Genius and Commercial Petty Traders Association, he been get a big business. And man we gentry and may his soul rest perfect in peace.
Amen, sir. Wonderful. So having said that, we get a lot for talk about that late man. So like I say, I don't want to we overshadow because obviously Mr. Fona is second for joint voice for now we talk and give that party a good tribute. But before that, we recently lost another icon now the soil of I did pause the rest of it for the time being, and while I this get a dialogue with Mr. Fona, please, yeah. So no will miss any salient points that we're going to share with we. Having said that, I don't know this late man, Mr. Samura, personally, but the words them coming from so many Sierra Leoneans around the world in the soil of Sierra Leone, where some of them will reside in Freetown or Salone per se, then they speak highly of this man. So I look and say, I find and deem fit for now go further and try to know who was this gentleman. Fortunately for me, I get two other individuals where they send me an audio where they know him, where they don't come in contact with him, and the good things them in good things them about him, where they share, where I go play later. But having said that, I don't want to take away from him family, net income force, and talk about him before I bring the other audio them on. Mr. Fona, welcome once again. Please take this opportunity for speak about you late family member. Once again, on behalf of the entire team, we extend with deepest condolences to the entire family. Thank you, sir. Come on in.
All right, let's start from how I am related to Amadou Samara. That's what me they call her. In fact, a nickname now, Junior Boy. That's what me they call her. So Amadou Samara's father, the million daddy in Big Sister Bona. So my dad is actually originally from Senegal. We came inside Sierra Leone 1905 to 1910. When a Senegalese trader, we came settle in Temne country. He came meet a Limbao man, and then born me daddy. So my daddy actually, his own dad now is Senegalese, but settled in the country. So eventually, like 1910 to the extent, long years. So my daddy and sister, in Big Sister, I'm born when I call Mami Sama, I'm born this Amadou in Mama. So that's how we are related. And Amadou and dad was actually doing business for my own dad. Namakeni, they told me dad was a politician. And I made to run the BP station, Namakeni. And I made to take care of my daddy estate, Namakeni. So this is where Amadou grew up in that particular home there, Namakeni, Namabanta Road. So when we go high school, that I go get a first personal encounter because we go boys school, Maboka. So Makeni was my base, and that particular uncle Amadou in father. Now the first person who introduced me to boys school and take me. So it was like what the Frenchman say, my protege, and the person who look after me in place of my dad. So that is how I know Amadou encounter Makeni. I mean, he goes St. Francis while I was attending boys school. I'm a junior anyway. So we grew up, Mama Kenny. I mean, a very, very nice guy, very, very outspoken, very promising. And in Mama Creole, Miss Omodele, we eventually married to my uncle. So over the years, Amadou came join the police force. And I remember when I was still in Sierra Leone, we encountered one time again. He said, "Oh, Sulaiman, he said, I don't get the entrance and meet my guy." And interestingly, he and this Suvula, this new police inspector general, they all are classmates and meet my guy. We eventually began for actually get a sack letter. So by the time I left for Australia, I don't say Amadou, we don't finish meeting my guy, and decided for joining the Sierra Leone police force. So 2 weeks prior to his death, he called me because I posted to the phone on social media. So I can't hear about the sack. You know, my brother sent me information, say, "Hey, but I saw what happened to anybody." Up till now, that's why they call her Junior. You know, so 2 weeks prior to his death, me get a lengthy discussion. Tell me about the injustice And it also has 27 years in the distinguished career of the Sierra Leone Police Forces. Very recently, the Navy even won for the station. So the thing can coordinate with this SLPP, isolating people away coming from other regions. I mean, it's very unfortunate that I'm saying this, but it's unfortunate that this is happening in Sierra Leone today. So eventually, they sack him, they show me a sack letter. Nothing was actually written as a result of why he sacked. And I would tell myself, say, this is breaching these labor laws. I mean, and one of the things we hurt and so badly, according to discussion we had 2 weeks prior to her death, he said if it was any other kind of thing like I resign, or they force me to retire, we can understand. I can look for something else. He said, well, how can you give me a termination letter? A termination letter, it go down as a very bad record to you. And anybody they give termination letter, it's so difficult to get a new job because the letter said terminated. But inside the letter, while I read out, it not specify waiting in the terminator. And so this hurt and so badly. But now a successful person. He writes schools like but he was not a happy man. So they just don't serve 27 years, they just cut you off like that, and without any benefits, any opportunities. So we write to the ombudsman, my brother with a practicing legal solicitor, I'll help out for all the letters and everything. We said take up this fight and say, okay, I can't take up this fight on social media. We'll continue for struggle because I'm not been able to win a case for some Venezuela student years ago. So sometimes I feel very, it's regrettable that I didn't do it, and I was going to do it. By the time we remember now, say, okay, we like actually put this fight to the focus because this main issue can sort of like overshadow everything. I can show a lot of interest in this ongoing rape thing maybe happen as well. Now, I was actually shocked and dumbfounded, and I regret that I didn't actually start this fight. So, in a nutshell, this is just a brief background to my relationship with her and what actually happened very recently. And I tell you, Khadija, and other people on this panel, it is one of the most regrettable things I've ever seen in life. I wish this is not happening in Sierra Leone.
So sorry. From your observation, you think say like what person will say it take to mind? It been get any at all? It been get any underlying health issue where you know of?
It didn't have any other underlying health issues because sometimes I want to talk about even the discussion where I get with you. You have a smaller brother, the younger brother. I don't actually disclose that because now we're all afraid. And sometimes we bring it to question. It's a police officer. It's a Somalia. But Adadu is a very, very healthy young man, never had any complication, but it actually into mind. It could be, hypertension, it could be stress. And Sierra Leone had for them actually properly diagnosed. Down syndrome, everything possible. The way that Western societies, if there's like me now, because that society way, opportunities is plenty. If I don't be security person, I will turn cleaner or I'll go work on the other side. I mean, there's a lot of opportunities here. Nobody don't care about what you do. But Sierra Leone is a different kind of society. You don't say everything they do with that kind of ego. I mean, when they don't see you as a senior police officer, a superintendent, you don't get this kind of good name like community, you get this respect, you're so proud about wearing your uniform, and they can remove that day overnight from you. And especially in a country where job hard for combat and examination letter, I think all around the way down very heavy amount can actually take the toll on that.
Once again, we're sorry for your loss. Nay, not just come like for say because you're not a family member. So like I say, I'll go further investigate about this fine gentleman, and I want to play some of the submission from Sierra Leoneans them. Having said that, make a plan for Nenayeri.
Assalamu alaikum, Sister Kaida, everybody. Yeah, Mr. Kelvin, briefly, I know I'm personally in Waterloo. When I'm in there, a case we even they take up for me, Waterloo, and from there we get used to reserve because I been get a directive from Samadia where they been send me to run. But anyway, a very nice man. He's a very nice man, a gentleman, you know. He will really hold hand on the case in a way that we have been really, really satisfied with. Me cannot lie. And he accommodate me with me Chinese. We go to the office, we sit down, explain, then listen to the other part of the complainant instead of explain. So we come to all we own aid, then we try to put it together and solve the issue. You know, so I know I'm from them, I don't know I'm deeply, but we don't meet and it don't help me greatly, me cannot lie. Because when that case didn't arise, if nothing may come up, the people in me want give you a serious problem. But with the blessing of Allah and him, I think the truth been come. Because after the explanation, instead say yes, now we did at right, that man he did at wrong. You don't understand it. So since then we get used to receive tell me say anytime we have any issue like call you know. So you don't tell me when I'm not gonna see again since that tell me. You tell me when I'm not see. But a very nice man. And a very nice man. Yeah. A very nice man. He treats me well. He treats me well and even the Chinese they appreciate. So and I really feel him when I see they say he don't pass away. I feel him. I really feel him for Mr. Kelvin. May his soul rest in perfect peace. Let God forgive him since then and let God give him Jannah, inshallah. A nice man. You know? A very nice man. Let God give him Jannah. Let God forgive him since then. And let God forgive we self before Allah take away. But Mr. Kelvin, a very good gentleman, a really nice. Yeah, I don't know I'm deep, but for the very first time I set my eyes on him, and for the very first time I get an issue with somebody. He come to the aid, then send me to him, and wallahi, treat me bad. He really stand for the truth and nothing but the truth. And he really surely say yes and working on. And he really surely say, "No man is afraid God," because he treats me well. Let God give him good fruit to say today. Let God sorry for him. Anything we don't do in this world, let God forgive him. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
And in one of it, now play one more.
Yeah, really, I'll be shocked when I see the person on Facebook say Kelvin don't die. See somebody saying RIP and stuff. Yeah, because all along, yeah, the last time we check, we say waiting and travel go on a peacekeeping mission. Now that woman they maybe they ready. And when we don't come back, but there will be send an assistant police again in changing in location. See, yeah, maybe now we in the Eastern Police as ops officer. Yeah, and I'll be a very good policeman. Trust. I see we can get one saying what they say police party not to party. Well, like Kelvin the different anyway. Yeah, because like in the mix you disagree on them, and stuff in it. Yes. All we own culture, we know police, other police, then just arrest and go detain. But Kelvin and be that kind of person there, even the trouble cause of them, we call them, advise them, talk to them. Yes. All them bad side within this central community, we go there, work there, go there by foot. You see the control, the bad guys there, this that all and stuff, see, in the patrol nights. Yeah, be very, 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 very active. Be very active. You see, because like me a day, we get our tabs we dey run, but na during the night, like when the shop dey run lock, you get somebody wey dey cancel attire, yes, and like tea shop or stuff. Na the we do dey sit down. So like in the know we back now. You see, even Igbo like yes, we the advice man them, we will abide by the rules, these days, our public gathering. It'd be nice anyway, it'd be nice, it'd be nice. The way I just remember, the thing even be doing is from police here as an ops officer. Yeah, what's another here? Calvin be good, Calvin be good. Be really nice. Deal with young man them, woman them, young girl them, all kind motor mic, Kelvin, he made a pick in all of put his disadvantage per civilian. You get case you a policeman, else you were right. You just go complain to Kelvin. They handle that policeman, he will give you right to the civilian. See, yeah, but that's so. Allah like most. You see, this we know where we question Allah in action. You see, where the play Lagos and good road, Lagos and Jana. So rest in peace.
All right. So, Mr. Fona, you can come back in. This na just two of the individual then way I've been basically try for reach out to for not and give we the own inside of waiting and think or waiting and know of this man. And you as a family member, how does it make you feel when you listen to such submission from them two gentlemen them?
Well, I mean, I feel proud of him. That is why the post I put, I say, Amadu, I say, at least you know they're at peace. You know, you battle long. You know, you don't win your battle because now you're at peace. Because you know, when you come from a country that's always so strange, and when we see this kind of thing they happen, it is very, very regrettable, Khadija. You know, over the years and what happened today is so strange. That is why, like, you know, social activists like me can be very, very passionate about the issues there. I am older than Kevin. I'm not retired. So it's not like, you know, reached retirement age. I could be probably even 2, 3 years older than him. So, but I mean, for somebody who served a distinguished career for 27 years in the Sierra Leone Police Force, we've never actually seen him in a newspaper, nor ever actually hearing any kind of legacy situation, and all the tributes, Facebook posting, a lot of follow, all the sort of like point to a very, very positive police officer. We do invest. There was a time when he served in Darfur in Sudan on this police mission with some contingents that. But the same thing is small brother in San Somalia, right now, to you so. And I mean, it's a really good thing. I mean, for be selected to serve on those missions, mostly they actually serve a distinguished career. But I mean, if somebody don't do anything bad, you don't come back, and for some reason, you know, they go. I mean, he was not the only person we determined. I mean, about a dozen police officers there. I mean, it was as a result of their last name or the region where they come from. I mean, it's so regrettable, Khadija, for beginning unravel the mystery on why can we treat ourselves in this country like this. What will make me a very civilized people? If certain people they can handpick few people and because of how their last name is called or which region will they come out, they don't get no reason. In fact, this is breaching labor laws. They dismiss somebody based on performance issues, even the performance issues. Like according to the labor laws, you have to give the person some support, training, and you know, give a reason why you feel say this person. Give an opportunity to showcase, show cause, and all these things. None of this happened here. So I mean, I consider that like a very zombie situation where it's just strange. It's just come from nowhere, and this can knock somebody back. And for me, I tell you, these are one of the things that this particular year will make me feel really, really bad about Sierra Leone. Sometimes you want to wish that you don't actually come from the country like this way it treats the citizens like that. I don't take almost 18 years in Australia, even as a black person like me. Some of the opportunities they don't give in Australia to serve in better positions through the affirmative action alone will begin to question the country. I mean, if it's meant to give me opportunity for developing ourselves and develop careers and everything, why will they treat themselves so? Well, I lead to this in depth because over the 1 week ago, according to Otia Yeri, he was not a normal man, refusing to eat. The Sidona was all day, begin to talk to himself. So a lot of this still on play. So that leading to in there. I might give all that information to you. The police boss, Inspector General Sufuna, I don't know how to pronounce it, sent an entourage to the house for go crime bearing. So the people that ala parang this. So I called people them there and I called in but I said, "This I want to talk to you." When I just politely reject the police force, when I reject the Sierra Leone police, and this is the stance of the family that we reject Sierra Leone police, we don't need them help. We as a family will ensure that we lay hands to rest in a dignified fashion. I want no police tomb ceremony because if they actually believe in Kevin, they don't go actually put him and the other colleagues in this kind of very, very bad situation where you find yourself into death. So I don't tell them, say, we're not affect them, we're not make cost for them, this, that, we're just politely reject them. And we will actually lay him to rest in a dignified fashion. He get a family, and we are ready to stand behind him and his family. A mom still alive. She is almost 82 years old mother. And Kevin and the only boy Pekin we born. That woman name is Omodele Thompson, born few guys Pekin him. One of the way I know say passed away. We have been during that part, who passed away, I mean, years ago. But now we call Samura, I mean Adadu, now the only boy Pekin we born at this point. Imagine a woman at 82. How that woman name will be knocked back. For you to say a boy Pekin is so proud of, me no say he's so proud of Amadou. All these years, we can achieve something. You know how for raise boy Pekin, challenge it. For the boy Pekin come not so with that kind of distinguished career. For them they can actually, they can dismantle Nani. I just feel not only about the death of Amadou, but about how a mama at that age will feel today, the pain we carry.
Once again, Mr. Fona, we really, really sorry for your loss. And from what you just described, it seemed like he suffered some type of depression way before it passed, based on what you say from not eating and basically they get conversation with himself. Yeah, come back in.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it must be some kind of depression, Khadija.
Yeah.
So it's a very difficult place. For daily, for get a job where they work. We have a society where almost 69% of the people don't get employment. People in the common university do not get jobs. People in the common, they study so many different things where you're relevant to that particular society. But you take up a distinguished career in the police force and working way through to a superintendent. It's a long years and long struggle. Imagine all the competition, the kind of different things we're going to go through. It's a long, distinguished career. For now, somebody just come black down the out with no cause, and especially where you go with the idea say it was bully, it was a lot of elements of tribalism, and because of the government really in power, it must not come back. So I don't say it must get I don't know exactly what the condition, but evidently, we don't say Kevin or Amadou are a very strong boy. Not to possibly ever see the hospitalized or get any condition and move past. We will talk a couple of times during these years. you know, and we talked 2 weeks prior to in death, and he was agile. He only talk. He even mock the situation. He even say, hey, see, Mama still alive at 82. And then he grew for go. Can you imagine? He was saying that. He say, Papa don't go. Pastor Father don't go. Maybe Mama said passed away very recently. He say, maybe they provoke your mother. There's a certain way that he like come from the TV. You like that for Mama.
Oh yeah.
So all this kind of discussion I can recall now, we will get 2 weeks prior to the passing. In passing, this shocked me so badly. I was very shocked in it.
Wow.
So I would say it must be like a breakdown.
Absolutely.
It's a breakdown. It's a normal breakdown. But
so sorry for your loss. And well, stick with me while we come in now and honor the other late man as well. With late Chief. Before we get to Mr. Blaq, we recognize Mr. Ibrahim Sise, APC doctor. We also join we not been joined we initially we it been run a little late. So now introducing self. Mr. Fona, just stick by we because we get you get for coming to this discussion as well as we'll get to talk about third way, sir. Thank you for your patience. Welcome, Mr. Ibrahim Sise. Welcome. Kindly introduce yourself, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. Good evening, Khadija, Tijan. May God bless you for the job well done with the day to the nation and bring out the children out for talk, a little things so that we understand each other. Like a topic of this will bring down this man, late man, may so rest in peace. I don't ever think say I go know that I picking again today and talk about her. A man who I meet Washington, so we talk. We discuss. Oh my God, when I get the information today, you tell me now the first time I tell you, I say it begin to be surprised. I say yes. Now we just say we go now that group. Me, Ali, Tasman, then I Corona. Yeah. Now me that this can be the organizing section. Now we go 3. Oh my God, that man was a father. And welcome we and want you to be like about oh my God, I should have talked and we talk the man way they talk to the team like that's man. And they talk the team, Mrs. They talk to the I don't know that's what the team they call. I was like I think it's which kind of thing this one. He was so funny, he was so jovial. The man loved the people of Sierra Leone.
And also we'll get into you detail later. Some things that I want to ask you because it's very, very critical. When I bring Mr. Blaq come in, Mr. Blaq, I don't want to miss any significant points that we share with me today. So I don't know. It seemed like you devised them. They make comment of that. It seemed like they get some issue in the background. I don't know if not the earpiece or we can do without it. I don't know. But anyhow, come in, sir. Okay.
Thank you, Khadija. Thank you very much. I want just tell the gentleman presenting. Midani's story is very, very long. If I say I will talk about Midani, his activities, what he do for the people of Sierra Leone, I will finish this program and I will complete to narrate his stories. First of all, Midani, Napon of Kase dey inside the Poloko districts, Kamara chiefdom, and the logo a particular name will a chieftaincy name. When we want to hear about the logos, meaning we do a particular chieftaincy group, and we get 2 paramount chieftains. Because 1 paramount title, we get 1 Kamara title. The kingest. How we get this Kamara title? The great grandpa na person will be very close with my boy, the great Kabrai, who brought to me, not taxable. When they capture, let me short on this side. When they capture my boy, when they become one Ghana, every nana be the chief. So what he do, he hand over the power, the property, and the township to me. Grandpa, the great grandpa. So I think we get the name Kamara. So my title will be from the colonial eras.
Oh Wow. Interesting.
Yes. So
Wow.
one way or the other, we kind of connected with the Bibles. So I don't get up a corner by the Emi Daddy, we don't fight against for paramount chief title, we in we get we lost before it travel kind of filter. I go and it go one again for understanding me that day when he born, when he gets sense, it must be in mama, it must be in papa. My daddy migrates from Castle, he come na freedom as a business owner. He established himself, but again, me daddy might be one fighter away at all in the degree for in people. Them. It's all make in people them the way that if they buy land them and then bring in the people, establish them. We're talking a big businessman. If you think about the Petite Trader Association today, it was a key player, a key founder to the Petite Trader Association. And when you think about the team, the community again, Bidadi now a key player to team the community. If the team they don't respect that the city or western area, they play a vital role to that. So much and a big Alhaji inside the whole people's Congress Party APC. Nobody a born me now with 21 a born, but we lost two in the name of Abdulrahman and Kayatu. When I am there before me. When they talk to you right now, now the family line, me na number 4. The first one, my grand picking, I mean, me na number 5. The first one, my grand picking, Fatimata, alien at the UK. Then you get Abu Blaq, we get the daddy in name. And then Castle right now, so the television supported is like Castle. And you get Alasan, you get Fujian, when I'm your sister, we call me in Virginia, then you get me now number 5. But I'm not going all na make this week catch map for make sure say the power and legacy in name Norris. So there's plenty. Now coming to the establishment of Midadi, why it can get problem. Midadi na one campus where nobody never sees advantage over you, it enough for you. When I did the tie in into series of first for other possible in one service for them, but you can embrace the case. And even it cost to spend millions in a court for fight for you, as long as it knows you get right. It go fight for you and knows advantage by you. When I did establish a whole compound, if you know the boundary between Manfred Lane to the Kisiwo Cemetery out in long, that's what it compound long, the length. You go get from understanding me that you tenant them within that compound there will take a guy, will take a life, they're not parents. Now after we get a kill and we scatter away all the people they then lost the opportunity of staying in the city, some of them go apply for life, some of them even the family scatter, they die. But then one person really eats in one from we as Sabiam in the day it alert chocolate and put a small bowl and must make sure say 2-3 people at least that food. We like the people of the country. Midadi has to believe the dream, interpret the dream, it comes to light.
Wow.
Now also Midadi can get this problem. You have not seen them overturn the APC 1994. When they overturned the APC, when the same multi-party time, but before then, they don't become the chief way na title way the middle crown now before the overturn. It don't become the team the tribal head. And when they say the team the tribal head, now the seat now western area, now in the on top of all the other chiefs them, we take down the paramount chiefs them, it meet with them. So now need to be formed that team chief council where they employed for make sure for public disseminate messages to the community. So when we can call this multi-party election, if you remember 1996 elections, you find that we get up to 18 or 19 political parties there. And among the 19 political parties, 14 of them political parties in the not come out. So we Dennis can say this is a big loss to the northern side. So what do? They set up a committee for bring all the political area we come out na the north, the likes of Tinubu and Goa, you name them, they will be a color committee in a month lane, a kill to account for them, try to bring them all together, the Abbasimo, the all the way who from the PPP, they all bring them all, don't care fast they all bring them all together for letting get one party, they amalgamate, for them will get one party, so we go able to come back to power. Later on, they tell you so nobody know what the name APC, they call APC near to go to the wrong thing if you were to vote. But if we start to bring the northern people system together, that they begin get problems. So waiting on force, NPRC get this message, which the man up here now and the president, they decide for suspending that.
Okay. I don't know, you mistake touch the volume. Sorry. Check your device again. It on mute. Unmute and please. Check on me. You still okay? Wonderful.
Okay.
They suspend them. Yes. Now they hear you.
So they suspend them, but it's still enough getting people there. Till we lose the elections, Tijan Kabakam, Tijan Kabanori states Midadi, if friend other person will immediately take this Midadi lay back, relax. So when they overturn Tijan Kabak, after telling me person will like a community, electing people them, and we know when they say chairman of the team, the community, anything that's on the guy again. So journalists then come after we overturn. Then tell me now we get Julius Spencer and Afula and Aibangua, we go sit on Aluge, because now most of the people that they make the case, so many people in that country, and they name them again Julius Spencer, maybe they call himself Joe. No, Jesus, Alibaba not be Jew, and Afula not be able. Then Jesus person then call himself Akin. So they come on an interview for ask me that tell me now we do on this piece intervention. So the interview that they ask them say, what thing they think about this intervention? What they talk about? Maybe they don't person we know go school, but you read the letter, they get everything. Check there, it will tell you, see what they talk na fact. That tell you what they tell you, so I was a young boy between age 20 and 23. But I've been very close to me that any side you see them, are they close? If Pajero will get by them, any side where Pajero will go, and then I did back. So I know so much about me that in ups and down. So they ask them, say, what do you think about this intervention? I say, say if they can't intervene as you say, you don't ask small country, okay, past 50,000 people. So they believe in peace. They believe say all the when they will concern, they come together, they sit on a table, then bring up peace. If they say they will bring intervention, we have to go play. He says until Mr. Stephen sit on as well, I will die. He said that. He said if it's man they say because we want peace, they will sanction me. He said it better for you to sanction you, but you get your life, you able to do your business, then they can't kill you, you know get nothing, you lose everything. Don't let the pick. If one for them, you don't get them for say this is good, this is bad, this is good for me, this is not good for me. So they support the peace than the intervention. If we get peace, first thing people not sabi waiting at Mutuka, they not sabi waiting at plane. They used for the worker from the south to go on they come to the city, they cancel, they do the business, they work back, then go. This not the ending the problem for me that the way say Abu Blaq say, they don't work. Then take money they now scatter and say they begin call about Abu Blaq. For people now for worker from business to the old them still know Abu Blaq. So the slow worker go business still know Abu Blaq. Julius Spencer, Alibangora and Mihebu, they call up. Now they take this talk now, scatter and say Abu Blaq na collaborate on Abu Blaq, this, that, you know, when they okay, you show them they call people by then. Tijan Kaban now they send their names in the input on my list. Say where they come, there people are for eliminate them, they for kill them all. So now that side they getting die. Immediately when the intervention, when they enter Freetown, the Nigerians them, the Nigerian military when they enter Freetown, then go use them all, go like Mustaba in house, then go kill Mustaba, body, do whatever they gotta do. They run straight come na monthly. Monthly, Khadija was also so the grave accident. I was there when it come. I really know it, but I don't know say up to me that it come. I began inside your mind in your room to put your mind in things because I know say however it cost. Because the respected Joe and Ali Bangwe, we set the people up, they must come. So we decide to take the things here out. One a friend come with and call PC about like I say one command now say they come for now. So immediately I run up the hill, I go carry that night, I travel that bush to see I go actually move along that day. The only houses them, that's a big compound, the only houses them, only vehicle them, clear property them, then lose that house 2 weeks complete and they lose the compound. What's the compound be? 2 weeks complete, then all music, they lose them everything, and all sabi that compound and losing a very, very big compound. So these things happen, they not always stop there, then go after we the beginning again for kill we.
Good.
So some of you go on exile. Let me know my own big brother last time. When I escaped to me, can you go and again and they can create 2 years I don't exile. Some of the other family then go man bodo, Bien Walayanda, Katima, other side they go right. Some travel go na castle through the bush till they reach the side there. So the story long. They kill them man for no reason. For no reason they kill just because it is faithful in people land. They say the truth and they afraid. So they decide to eliminate them because of the party where it belong with the APC and not strong there. So the story of Khadija, I believe still like how Sheikh BC and APC doctor say, when I be just a picking letter in the other the kid and not be get that experience. Then we actually did the day with them, the people and they don't go able to explain more.
Yes, I want to take a pause. Yes, and then I also want to read one of we viewers then comments. Mr. Almami, we happen to be a Guinean. I'm from Guinea, and I know and have known Mr. Blaq for many years in the USA. I want to tell my brothers and sisters from Sierra Leone that he loves his country to death. You need more young, smart, and politics like him to make a change. Thank you so much, sir. Make a bring come in, Mr. APC doctor. Now you bring we to that experience where you left here, the United States of America, where you've been going as one of the people that wouldn't be X, Y, and Z. I want to know you come from there. Now you tell we what's in a beyond duty where you go in and what you see where obviously you say your life be in jeopardy, but God see you through where you may come back safe. Come back in, sir. Welcome back. Oh, yeah, check your device, sir. Check your device. Sorry. Check I'm on mute, sir. Yes, just touch the line. Touch the red line. Yes, wonderful. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Khadija, and
welcome, sir.
All the participants. Oh my God. You have for me, I don't come with that memory again anymore. But today, God don't give me the opportunity for to talk about again. Because I always try. These are the first time in my life I will talk on a public place. Because a lot of people will be meeting for that will write a book. I said no. Waiting my brother talk so exactly now happen. And then 3 people will come so. And then Paul Sierra Leone. Then I will talk in front of them. Because the people talk when they disguise their names them. Anyway, Ekomok enter Fiton. This other guy we call I don't know. I don't try to forget his name. Julius Spencer. Now he did with the Akishi Road.
He went combat. Yes, he was dressed in combat.
Exactly. Full combat uniform. Following on one. They put black. They put that black thing on their face. So people don't even recognize them. The real killing that day, it happened between 7 Square and Eastern Police.
Exactly.
I think they see much amount they jump them. And this man, the keyword of in Papa in that one, whether they use that feature, say they go work from Loshan to Freetown. That was the key word. What the paper. When we go hold meeting at the host, me, Ali Tasman, late Ali Tasman, Daniel Koma, or 3 Koma America, and 3 people them Koma America back go na Guinea, go na 6. 3 go Guinea to Pakaba, 3 go for go talk to Paul Kuruma. We reach a salon. When the devil go visit Paul Kuruma, welcome we, they interview we, they talk to we explain to them everything. For go talk to Pakaba and talk that we hold meeting at Compy, we hold meeting at State House to Amid Kamara with SKCC. As they left Concrete in 10 minutes time, and they drop the bomb there. With the mistress.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Okay. When we can hold meeting with Mr. Blaq, now the next day we'll go to Paul Kuruma. We'll go meet Paul Kuruma. That's my explain to you about Ali Blaq. Now he say, at least the 2 groups will be the fight for the chieftaincy. Yes. That time day. So now Paul says, so well, he say, I don't talk to them for them or 2 come together, then they bring 1 group come. He said, because when this group come, then that's with the young crowd. When the other come back tomorrow, he go say that crowd is small. He said, so I try to talk to them, they all come together. But Tasman convinced Paul for Abu Blaq for which he don't go through the other people who don't help. And at that time, we not na Sakila Road and Macaulay Street Junction. I get South Solid. They have shares and get South. I don't belong. So after we don't come up at Abu Blaq host a meeting. Now in opponent them, they go meet Paul Kuruma because we get a meeting after that program day. We dey fly go Mali with Pakaba young group and Paul Kuruma young group. Don't go sit down together. But I tell you something, Sierra Leone is too deep. At the time of this year, we will get late in the normal. Let God forgive them, they don't die. These people can be there under this year. Now the only way they tell me say Pakaba and over them. They come up. Pakaba not say nothing. I know Pakaba will be named by that. Even Sadmusa, and then 5 people left for go Sierra Leone, for go overthrow NPRC, AFRC, and over to Pakaba.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, Sadmusa, when we talk like Guinea, it kind of Pamlap. I want kind of Pamlap, then they return them back. We didn't have Pamlap, we don't for no cross. Now I say they camp, the cross back. Now I tell Tasman, I say something wrong somewhere. Now I say what you do. I say at this time here, anybody who left Guinea, he enter Salon, they say you're an enemy of Akaba. Why this man they come? And somebody tell me say they don't pay them and they can't work for them. But Paul, as smart as he is, he don't get the information. So as Sadmusa reached Salon, now he said and go straight to Kono under the rebel group. He now allow for it in Africa. Make a VP. And the fact that they can't Watalo, who said they can't kill away the bomb drop around. Because not to give a bomb can't drop around, would not be no shade. They can't go see the body and better. But Abu Blaq now, they be don't so get them. The opponent side can report to Paul Kuruma say, Abu Blaq there with we, who can money go for go sponsor, who go Salon as a spy for Pakaba. Now I tell Pakaba and Guinea say, who can money go for go support, or and the Tasman can get him died. Because Tasman be so much close to Abu Blaq, because I think say when they be the governor, Abu Blaq take care of him. Take go Russia. And then the person they can't put you para now. Tasman and killer and cut his feet here, cut your name. But luckily somebody will they do good. Now in between the television and therefore they tell immediately. That was the time when they dropped that jet, that Nigeria jet. Whatever God you go and ask on the street. Yeah.
Okay, it seems like
Number 1 Vinci Street.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
That day for 4 days. And that they eat, and that they drink, they see whatever they smell, like na perfume to me. Because when life when they in danger. Now God no more say they no go carry the for can attack me. but they attacked me, Mama. They broke the place inside number 2 Vinci Street. Beat her mercilessly. They all left and go hide now. Connaught Hospital. And people have been wild. Now, Koroma give me a tape. That tape day, if I not be left on a salon, that feels like the United Nations for no. All the people will be that plan day. From Inganoma to the rest. 56 of them. But the tape, if you be well with me, they for damage me. But Blaq, they be done blacklist them just for that one day we talk. They is so rest in peace wherever they are going to get heaven. Amen. And one at the tape to issue, when that party they address now, you know they look in left or in right, and they talk exactly what they come on in heart. Direct and not, you know they think say this person will hate me or this person will like me. And they tell you say if not for me, people them every day that one day. That begins that I begin calling out the people them because they call me small arata. Because I was the youngest at that time. I just entered college. Go. But Salon story is too deep, Khadija.
So this man, the one we lost in life, the Mr. Ali, how what's happen? You go give it like inside of that one.
Yes. Now we 3 days at the hotel.
So Mr. IB, for now we get a better understanding. In a young gold na for in a bingo as the peacemaker.
Okay, first of all, after the only thing take place on Pakaba Guinea. The first thing for Pakaba for America, we be going to be called National Council. We be the head all the Fulani tribe, Temne tribe, the Blaq tribe, Mende tribe, Connaught tribe. So National Council, I be there on top of them. Alhaji Favor be looking at start the embassy, then I be the chairman. We invite Pakaba for America. Now holiday in Mass Avenue. I don't invite her for car. That was the first time for the president of Sierra Leone can address the nation of the one as alone. It was Park Jam. Now we did so pay, contribute, we serving. We pay for the hotel and everything. We go park the hotel. By the time they left for Canada, we can't dress. We go now. The SLPP party don't take over. That's a John Lee, then I be the ambassador in America. Yeah. At that time, if you not a Mwali, you know they enter at the embassy. We had a demonstration. When they arrest me, say I'm not for go up at the demonstration until after the demonstration. A police station should have been at the crowd. They go report me say me go attack one and the guy. This tribalism not to begin to sue my place. And they go put me at the police station until after the demonstration before they release me. And I still get the receipt where I go sign at police station for take permit. I said, okay, that happened. We'll go to the embassy, we'll go demonstrate. We'll do a public demonstration. Now with 4 days, 2 from North Carolina, me and one man call Mr. MC Kamara. That sit down strike when I say hunger strike. Oh, she done 3 days to know the eat, to know the water. Before we meet Janet Frino. Now meet this Tijan Jallo, the lawyer as I go prove one. Now me right now in back. What we want, we say what they give to Liberians them. Now why they give me? We meet with 9 senators them. Janet Frino was the Attorney General at that time. We present the case. And then Tijan Jallo respect me. He said, I don't be no say on my talk. And then they approve it. Now me this, my name and address, Ibrahim say, and that TPS was alone and they go today. I mean, at that time I was a citizen. Susan, I be there at State Department. I give you the idea. I mean, they cover Sierra Leone. Yeah. Now we go Parliament today. Akabaka, we inform Akaba say we send 3 million and Guinea to run and 3 million at Sierra Leone. He approved them. That was the reason why we go to Sierra Leone. Yeah. Now with 27 new name, the last minute we end up only 7. Then the other portion back up. Now left with 3. I remember Sierra Leone had the situation in case something happened to Salon. What are the others position for that? People do not go, but we'll go as a peacekeeping force. We talk to Mali president. We talk to United Nations. We talk to ECOWAS. We not only talk to them, write them a letter. They all approve them. Mali president say, if we ever talk to Pakaba, we talk to Paul, then we go host the meeting at Mali. But because of we will talk to me, now make them choose the three for go Salon. Me, Ali Tasman, Ali Bangura, then Daniel Kuruma. But when we reach Salon, me, they not be Salon name. Ali Tasman, they call him more Tasman. But people don't be Salon Tasman. They be say Ali Bangura, they know the Tasman. So they blast my SBS. How 3 people don't come to America, they face Monica for AFRC. They then choose 3 mandate people them. With 2 of them don't die, and then go Guinea to Pakaba. That's how we do it. For balance the understanding. But when we reach that salon now, we the only thing was save some of we were too at the intervention. I bought to Chacha. We cross go casting. Tasman in that one. In the cross for go casting, because I know they inborn. Now it can't divert, say let it go. Poti. The Poti where go, and then go sleep. We that they don't cross. Tasman and money grab. But one picking them, Tasman and my left picking them. So if bye all that team them for the picking, we meet today. The mommy go na market for go eat, for go buy that for can cook. And Tasman decide, and Tasman and the man this. I said at 2 o'clock money grab. He said they go. They don't stop her. And he grab. He said they go cross. Now this picking begin to cry. For the interest we get into Tasman. The cry when they begin to cry, Tasman and yellow man and Galut talk. And actually they put on beside Paul Kuruma 8. They just know that tall Galut man as Soja man. When he's begin to cry, nine neighbor, they see Tasman, he wear sleeveless. This blue jacket, jeans jacket, is sleeveless. They put in bag now, shirt on the hand. That's somebody else say them.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, after the Tasman get him on no cargo. If we go pray na Temne mosque for everybody, Mr. Late Blaq, na head that with this Mustafa, where is him? I pray for we. I pray do that prayer na Temne mosque. We go for do that on Sunday. We not be right again now. When the guy say rebel, the attack nation boss. Now Ecomox soldier and shoot her from the back. If further any affect your life, the back come out. That open the camp with the back without dollar show off. Thousands of people in Kamara. For that money no more now. About $10,000.
That's fact. That's exactly what happened.
When they take that money in their hand, then that day they can see the ID Soja man AC and say, oh my God, it's the wrong man.
My God.
It's American ID. But guess what? They got Tasman and foot them with his hand them up to his neck. This Mohammed Bangura, who will be the Minister of Information during that time, was there. And we will not say Abu Blaq in life be in danger. Media Guinea now somebody tell me. He said, go now and Garego understand. Go now. He said, you say, I don't lodge. Now go meet the chemical. When I go to the man, I go meet SKCC and Mohammed Bangura, who will be the minister. And he say yes. You see, beside they kill Tasman, I true say they don't kill him. After they get Tasman in passport in hand, got the 3 passport there. Million Tasman the Daniel Kuruma. SKCC Daniel Kuruma and Tasman SKCC and Mohammed Bangura, then get the opportunity for go London. And SKCC say no they go. Because SKCC will be the Secretary General for AFRC and it a play game with Pakaba game. Anytime we hold meeting, we don't clean Pakaba the area. 98.1 no be there at water, they announce them. So get salon people that will not honest to themselves. We will try for that peace can let Pakaba come back again at salon. That was a mission. Whatever, so that they will forgive all them, then they travel go. When they are ready for go. Now back and front begin oppose the kind side. The thing they come worse now. They come back now salon with the expectation say Pakaba the camera can brigade or whatsoever, footing the best way don't do. When they take over now, they include the inside the 29 with them for kill. Well, if you don't go Guinea, if you don't escape the war, they're Guinea. I say with me, like Guinea. We now go for go to the embassy. And the embassy now knows we are citizens there. They assist we. Call Air France for all take off. They put you on car and guard we, full guard with soldiers them. And go to beat some of the Salome body go for go attack we. This Fadika, Fadika, I can't with the game for let them go attack we back again. Because me, they not be able to recognize me. A taskman and they recognize taskman. I think if you don't know them very well. So they come with me. He said, oh, Ibrahim, how many for that? You see what you don't do, Mr. Suarez, when they kill Wellington? I said, yes, I'm your uncle. I say, I know. I said, but not so good. I say, no, can't approve country. You can't let grand people for the big people. And I call them Guinea soldiers. They can't skate in the car. They tie them, put them inside the truck. When they put you inside motor car, can you go to the airport with guard? So the man, we take load inside the plane. They travel at the plane, the motor will load from the plane. We have France back. When they reach the American government send so the man back at the airport. They will you them back there and pick you up. Because me news, we don't kind of say they don't kill me. They brought a clip and already. And they stop for them. They do a 1 minute silence for me. They pray for me. Because they will not be getting every telephone. They have actually goes outside, you call. So no communication not be there again. The family has alone say we see Ibrahim Sade, but they attack British. They don't kill her. Or this in Papa, they welcome you with Sufyan Kago. Yes, Sufyan Kago, let Sufyan Kago. Then welcome you, they respect you, they do everything. For safety and Sierra Leone. Sufyan Kago, when I go up to Pamela for go welcome you. As you can have money, straight away now to Blaq to go first. We see at the playground, there were no kind of saloon. Saloon was very deep. A lot of innocent people died because people did approach them.
So this 98, and also the TRC report also speak strongly against that particular 98.1, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if not the same radio station we they talk about.
Yes, 98.1 be the
same one, eh?
Now, that the water. Okay. So that people will not be just there at the water. Because what happened, they began walkie-talkie them. Even me and Sufyan Kabo will come on hospital for go find his sister. When they come out, they'll at the gate. That's Sufyan say, "Guy, listen, man. Oh, Sufyan, we don't see you. That guy friend we give we can go to cottage for go pay in Bel. We don't see you now. Right now, because at the gate they come out soon. Then the gate pull up, begin walkie-talkie. When they give information to the station radio now, the water, the blaster.
Oh God.
Yes.
So this man where in a go, Mr. Ali, where them shoot by mistake. Then later on, the one we shoot and he can't find out say this not an American citizen. Then unfortunately, why again then go further for cut the man in full
because I'm not cutting you, my sister.
Yeah.
They can tell you when $9 they become scatter. The crowd will become for can't get that money there because when they open the bag just it not be time per money. It didn't just scatter. And Sierra Leonean, when they see the dollar that they are killing. So then jump para.
So sad.
They kill a merciless the fourth quarter. Arukupa na didn't better. Mohammed see everybody. Yeah.
So
I confirm to you say they don't kill her.
Okay, so the turn back again where unfortunately the late Abu Blaq can die, Alhaji Abu Blaq, where in can die. You and I be still there or in I be don't return now.
We don't come.
Oh God. Okay.
Like I said that side, how they kill me, daddy, right?
Yes.
And then be Richard said, get. This is what happened. Hello? You get me?
Yes, we hear you. Mr. Yela would bring you shortly.
When the intervention don't kick, when the ECMO and now the Dada Prairie Junction. The message then will now say, obviously, then he can't inside that particular day. And Minadi in now be with actually Johnny Paul sent a team. Say all the people there will be the advocates, they all be in danger. He sent a team to the paper. They go now, they will be there. They got to go down a cottage with the entire family because they got to get big family. So the team go a cottage for what they do, and nobody say, who's that? Go, I left the kingdom, I left me one of them. Mind you, maybe the chief, he got 6 wives. Those are going to left me, and those are who left in the kingdom.
Let me be all young. The biggest problem of farmers at their age, like between 80 years, we all be young, we are 23 years at the time. They say, in the go. So, what it do? One guy when they call Tinker, maybe the oncologist said they bomb them. So I think it's selling bomb for them being cottage. So people be facing the economic the no kind side. So now scatter and all take place. But they escape from the cottage. He go na Cabo Street to double out to what a friend.
Yeah.
He didn't like Cabo Street there, but the man where he go to another name and one name here. The wife be so confused because all the women they will talk about papa in a radio station. So the woman is still can't read. Say that can't do the once they notice that the black today. So the woman they Allah that's the echo room can and then they like kissing good. So the parents if you can't convince me I can't talk with the woman just the other one. I can't know the black there so papa the invaded call and I say I say well I'm black and I help you but this woman here let no can kill me or still for go. Papa congratulating everyone.
God.
They left outside a group, the common goal, they take the street for good boss issue because one will handle for himself now to Ekomog. Because if that woman did not be Allah, the papa before they alive or they like it today. But to go be done maximum that's for that. So if they go for the handle by himself to Ekomog, now they began their meet and let's oh. Somebody bring a mask in him, they know the important as oh now the black daddy. When the daddy and body be don't drop, it don't shrink, and not be able to identify and they put facing in. But daddy approach when they put facing. So people can add not of blood and black bump past them there, but that really way facing. And the person say no, now the black. Say now lady in a mouth in the sense of be a good woman. That person there now, the ego it totally capture me daddy, it put on a sweep me daddy. And they watch me that day. A whole man almost 60 years old. Beaten now, broken foot, telegram Eastern police, they put another small gutter like where the one don't go Godwin Street. They must have go to the people and go bring come tired now to come right me daddy. And they echo come, they see the crowd for come so they shoot up for scatter the crowd. They meet me daddy now in the hopeless. And then broken foot, old man, helpless. They now. The community can take a constituted by the bank and the Bank of Sierra Leone. They go probably they be the pack them. So from the take them go by road. They enter the detention of the own Sakoma, Alhaji Musakabia, and later small the question them we don't kill them now. Waiting make we know system the law all the daddy, like Johnny Paul, where the Instagram we say it did be the years. You see but three. Even for business people in the country, say they don't kill them. Now measure Abu Blaq, they measure Alhaji Musakabia, they measure Sakoma. People don't say now they don't kill them. But when they na pale road, people they talk. Say at once, Italian Red Cross them. Say if they was one or two, if they kill them for let's next day. The next day, because we get friends we don't purchase we earn at course. I know them get the two. Now we are talking about but then be senior. So that they bring a message to it because they be so focused on treat with papa. So that they can't tell me message the to the papa, you would like me survive. But because we are now can begin back up, what they do now, they don't get injection.
Very good.
Yes. They kill them, inject them, they kill them. So then we sent to me. We still let us say we forgot the body. We go up on the road, forgot the body, go the coffin, we put under the weights. So the gentleman there will be good get water for Wassa, and they can't put with the car, they say, hey, see that pan, kill, I see the person, and then tell them every gentleman. So we begin cry there. So Julius Spencer came back up on the road, they can't check the prisoners there. They can nice say, you don't know they can't focus it. And then say, I would like to they can't focus because he don't let grab on the worker. I mean, I see let people work, you grab on the worker. So these are some of the things that happen. I be the first to tell now, we take the body, okay, we're going to office street marks, we put the body, office street marks, we go for go back. Can you believe Khadija? We did a Kisigo cemetery, and the burial, just the fight with our we eat. Some people are afraid. I'm serious. Some people are afraid not gonna even go. So many things happen in that country there where if some free, lots of people will believe say God will change life. I believe say not as alone because we know the man the way they act. We know them. We know them, but we'll be so cool. Even after we that thing happen and go after we that kill we the question period now we now we inside. Because if I don't kill it, I don't know what kill. But after people at the time, the people they make them for eliminate all the big Alhaji all the northerners and they became mission now on it.
Oh God.
And the mission for eliminate them all. So when they burn them EPC don't wrong. That's not be focus. But we tell God thank you, they like it today some of we even for tell the stories here because people they will be know exactly what will happen. Thank you with your life. Only 21 we with daddy born. Now, two died. We, the 19, we still there because the earth is small. But then, the one now, by God, the power, you go become a big lawyer very soon. Maybe I don't try, the family don't try, or don't send someone oversee the small one because we will be now probably able to explain better. Now, we fight all the rest, the pilot and someone, they creep. When they kill the past. So everybody living inside you can't believe somebody will be host over how much people they pay. Someone will almost have the bomber, he bring a car, he pays school fees, over he pays over for land, all the things and then. And when we did die, you can't believe say everybody despite from we. People they love we. The only person will be there with we up to this time they there with we. Alhaji should be the man when I be like someone. All the people they enjoy will be the stock the path. They're all free. I will not suffer with normal empty God they will give bless with much more. So for me daddy a no loss because someone they read the name Abu Blaq but he not sabi he read what happened, he read the story. So we decide to say yes. The legacy no for loss. Just like what you be talking about tomorrow contest and where the advice say the brother them. If you keep the first time information say the brother, daddy, uncle name no loss. So at the stand we stand so say God name Blaq enough for us and by the grace of God enough for us. We will succeed by the grace of God.
Thank you so much. Okay, take a break while we now bring Miss Ayila Sanko. Himself happened for know the late man very, very well. Welcome once again, Mr. Ayila. Come in, sir. It seems like you check your device, yeah? The volume. Mr. Ayila, come in your volume, please. In the way. Check your mute button, sir. The mute button. Yes. So yeah, welcome. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr.
Fona will bring you
thank all
shortly.
the speakers. We don't talk. I think say the Pekin. Let God give them courage. As I say, I know Alhaji Chief Abu Blaq very well. First of all, now a best of friend with me, uncle them. One of the twin brothers na Potuloko. Anytime we be the go cash in the Kana was becoming my career na tailoring. So I've been getting tailor shop between Namodu Street to my uncle house. All the people who they come, they come out cash the Kana house. They come out free to the Kana house. So we I just moved because now free to Alan tailoring. Na Roshun corner one board house been they hold and don't rebuild as a block. A big then they call the street and they call her Roshun corner or Ben Street. During 1980, a small guy way after the way you don't pass his road been fine. Been there the whole night the gonna start to fight. A canna put up so uncle the one canna put up. So first way I will bring me Ghana free to me. First thing for Sabi Alhaji Abu Blaq. You can shopping for themselves, then a twin and themselves get woman there. The woman then the picking there, when they bring till a man place where you not been there for let he go show himself. I show for them more than five shoots. I show for the woman there. I show for all the picking there, even the neighbor picking there. So now my first time for go sabi Chief Abu Blaq in store na Malama Thomas Street. The first day I know back Bure, Mohamed Bure, who are the present president now for the indigenous commercial and petty trader, because they want to all na Chief Blaq na him bring them na freedom because he say he been born na Manke, na one village na Manke, all the one in the na Chief Blaq can land and trading. So now people who no go school, but they're very brilliant. So I know the chief, but me not the like say young man no like for interact with big person. So as I see I know the interact with them. Sometimes I to need to shop the kind ask hey Kabak people. So I don't know this Maya. They run petty trading. So tell one me friend when a goldsmith. He just done the house, they not put the mods, they not put anything yet. One of him brother, they look for place, so now maybe they help this me friend here. Like a brother, so one more freedom. So but how they come freedom, place no day. So one man they come now freedom, he passed to me on good na oath. He said he go to Abu Blaq. So we don't go now. Yeah, so he say he get family something. So now a family member. So this guy don't read this thing. Now he say, they say that they get us. He say, they go with this Maya. Like go ask this buyer for place. So the man don't go nani to the partner in the bar say, the host then just come the land and but you know get to more than not put nothing. Say me if you can give me place. So he follow this guy and go put her at this place now to Chief Blaq in house. So me say I don't see now why they come now who's for buy material, but when we can not think normally to chief. So now in table, but where are they come for sleep now to Alhaji are they can sleep. I believe say the chief of Blaq at Alhaji very well. I know. So we be one come this me not get no formal education, English, Arabic. So I get one friend Franco. In the back now, post the nami put on day. So we can take exam, study now. Iran college, now we'll get it. So we pass, but this man now one grade we get this Frangona Guinean. So I decide so we don't pass them, don't accept we at the college. So I say okay. Before me, I take the advantage. See the man and my brother. I say, well, you stay. Me they go back now to job. So that guy they been there some years, but all them telling they, I don't know them even Abu Blaq who they cash so even the one who they London, the tell we go London have been there. So something bad they happen to me for make I can say this honorable man now a man will get hurt during MPRC. This me Alhaji, my brother, I get woman. So before me they move kind of feature, just they come. So this Umaya, I think one stranger then at the post, like where he says so people and then at the host where the panels are in the name of family. I think so the guy can go late and sure he come late hour. Now they can but mark me don't reach. Then I want to pray now this small box where I happy for can be assistance imam. That time Sheikh Story Ibrahim Sheikh Mustafa now then at the imam day. So the parents said get one long corridor, now then he said the get imam then and post. So we left pray Alhaji, I don't know this train that I can meet her. Now he can meet her in his room, I think the woman call her for pool Sarah or anything. I don't know. The guy desperate. So me just pray down, left I come, I just meet Allah and those. So when me can well between for make a pull this guy out from the brother. So the family read downstairs. This Abu Blaq all they can say so I see them come. We don't know the stranger and me they can't keep to TV. So seriously. Then push so I think for one gonna police station. So I go make a report. So I can get one uncle loading at the army. Now money I go na police, the police cannot make nothing. I go na 34 to that different place. That means I tell her I say this na ain't go happen with Chief Blaq na this in became the good to me. I say don't go police. Now I say yes. He said what the police then say I say I don't go did they take this money they not do nothing. And the guy take land road. I say he said now we brought big people then now the big team in the people they say MPRC since we then come they target to people then. He said no one let a go group to until I go talk to the powerful. He said let go. Now I say okay. So you know what somebody had someone he make the decision. What make a church heart, he don't able to understand see in a soldier man, but you know what people they play now not and they kill. So what he said that man they named me. He says the man go behave bad to me now. He say any place you know they blame me. As we can reach, so one account one lieutenant, the one who shops and I say well properly, then you meet me later. So we work a camp up. As the park come. As we come to the barn, I see una car inside. We go inside under that in first floor. Na they been there. I say, what that? You say what? I say, we say outside you go. He say na from there. He say well you na my brother. I say, he say I'm not afraid with him. He say because we them target me. If we see soldier man at the worry. I say now this me nephew account. You go them bitter. I say oh na the man this. He said, I read that. He said, but I know we get a clear explanation of this talk. He said, where I go yesterday, Alhaji, me don't let He said, by testimony of yeah, he said, who they pray. By the time they go, he said, the thing don't scatter. He said, I try for talk to me, but I know they would have give me the explanation. He said, first of all, I thank you for letting you come to me, which you became. He said, I already said the boy don't go police. He said, don't need a wait now, make a sham with the police and not see police. He said, if you come, he said, we'll name it. He said, we'll get a name. He said, well, now make a come. Now, my uncle say, straight, he said, well, he said, you don't make her feel sad for you. He said, give me transport. He said, go pull the case now, police. He said, I'm not the one let the guy walk and let me to me now again. He said, I don't feel sad. He said, turn to me, so man. He said, there. He said, tell me, say, now you brother there. Now he say so low no can do that now. So now he can't transport now he come back now he left. So really he have church into me. So I'm not in the waiting and call one day at the past now he see me. He said, oh man, he said for all the talk pass I be the child for look for you. I see now I did put your on I didn't tell them back say now me na kabari nephew. I say oh I say he say he said me I say yes. I said, but I say, na me get that till short. And he said, oh man. He said, you na me picking. He said, na Satan. So what this thing can happen? You say, like a Romy brother said, see this Aliu Bankurta, Julius Bencha. Me, I want let we northern and brothers say we are politicians. Let them think of this, not to the business. And I fool I don't want and I didn't kill but who people at the country after MPRC don't kill this at our country during the time of them but I think now you not be the foreign minister. When just a flag go and do this at our country where they lead the thing for power country. I think at the foreign minister, if flag go and do that, get one of the relative. So when this thing can happen now, come inside the park and get the news for the intervention. Now, Califa Smart, now source rates and na radio. He said they can't do the intervention there. Interview. He said, how you know you will be done because no Sierra Leone person know what's in an intervention. If you know the English, but you don't know what's in the repercussion of intervention. Now, Califa Smart, they interview na radio. During the end of the day, after we don't hear now, the then negotiation, the day, inside the park can't get problem. So the FRC then say, okay, let's reach out to the people there. Then call all the stakeholders, then they Mustaba come in, instead now famous check. So for that meeting, they say, let go and read the voice of the people there. It means let the United Nations know who's this one who for take. Now stadium them call the people they all go back. Where the park will talk about that wakadi. What people then use are now as Abu Blaq, then try and take Mustafa now in go as a peace ambassador.
Oh, yeah.
People they will not they ball. People they will not they overthrown. People they will not they overthrown. How they name the call that now? That time they anybody what they know say you talk to Sudaman, then I get that information. First the radio then convoke where they started. So how the team they go them blank and looking at that one hotel. So then 3 people here. Now in it they surprise 4 people then they say I don't buy all the cost. The danger what them people here don't cost na Sierra Leone. That time they like only business don't go out of business becoming careful tailoring when the world they come are going to business. Now Equa Street may be the same. Before this overthrown come. Now we the damage did. All the level now will be the one give them back and then look and put them. All the information, even what they will be the wrong killing. Lot of common people have died. If they not say them the sanction you get compensation from nutrition. Let them let food come. They only thing them for monitor. From what they load from Guinea, them and Guinea, where they don't go there in Guinea, they don't give information to Ecomo. Just they come and then they launch from Muge a lot of boats they wouldn't sink now that see they would people there. So they're gonna do meeting they for let them get the public their own view, the intervention or non-intervention. So Carifa Smart don't raise the alarm over radio. He said he as overseas when they say intervention, he said now the cities. Now the government building now in the intervention because they try for collapse the government holding a power. He says so intervention for a small country like Sierra Leone, he said it's not good. He said and in the send a message, let's talk about things. He said because if they do intervention, then they kill over 50,000 people. So everybody don't sleep. Just after that interview, now the jets even it can fly go in flight come behind. 9 people then pack inside street home. That the one trailer at the peninsula. Then flatbed trailer. In no people then pull to pull. Now there it go turn over people then for one more common at the city. Because of that smart analyze putting an intervention. Now everybody go say, hey, that smart come grab people in the city. And that time the economic them all na kosoto. Just after that brief, that OSD barrier. Some people they all go by road. A lot of accidents sea and road that attended. So they call the public for you. So like the part in a stakeholder, they ask him what he wants, like how in beginning explain exactly now that he said. In only involvement now that statement say he said like the one they also be how they don't analyze about intervention. He said bomb not get here and not only don't talk about that was not more and fast that. So based on that statement say the body in statement. Then Mustafa opened the voting and call 98.1 ticker. This Sakoma na businessman in America, he don't get money, he can't try for established Sierra Leone. This thing can meet him. It is afraid for him property for letting no left. We don't know what happened. Every night 98.1. Oh, Johnny Paul now to Sakoma I go sleep today. Johnny Paul now and I sleep today. Johnny Paul Sakoma is an own business and Alhaji Musa Kabia na your own politician. In by SLBC na the board plan. Mustafa in just now na Friday. Na yes, Alhaji Musa Kabia na Eastern Police.
Yeah, Alhaji Musa Kabia Eastern Police, yeah.
Yes, Eastern Police. Na they born am life. Put tire panic. So them people here Mustafa and them born am after they imagine big imam. In the
Front mosque na dey born am. Front mosque. Na about street area.
About street. So the parallel time begin to talk and so me, a person who in that rebellion now, me, I don't be a deputy imam na that month. Every the panel get mine the whole day outside this tell because it get family now. Most of Friday, now that small mosque they can pray. Now me the preaching, they call me now the imam. He said the owner the imam they get problem with me begin there. He said they not sabi you. He said begin they not sabi better people them. If you don't get in that worry, why the body drop? Because you know the man put big business, you know the man the whole day, you know they now old. Because in name don't they go now loud. And that time they anybody want them call you name. Whether them go for internet and when they're not able some people them where the intervention come then I do the echo. Now then the day before, you know, say this, so the man the way they do intervention, himself once side way, you know, say he's safe. Then SLPP can't go is there. Now in the day, host to host, we then kill the army and the Komo usai with the cell na amidst na Eastern police. Now we borrow them water. We then pull now na water. Now we borrow. That they don't know how me life feel. I cry like me eye them one come out. Possible is sabi, possible can be somebody will let people them. Then kill them that way they. Nothing not come out behind that. And they not rush and get and go to hospital. Now for them by road they get and go back. So me, I want to talk to we Northern and brother because we're not a politician. As I tell you, everything Arabic when our adults now learn. Even school English work, all the career work that now I go English school. I know much one English school, but the one I can and we say, oh, I did in trouble. I did do 2 jobs. I did an adult school all the time. You think a man like me, you know, to a politician. I want a peaceful Sierra Leoneans. A peaceful Sierra Leone. So the demand the way landed people, them then see how they happen. During the NPRC, that a lot of Northern and the way I studied. Because me, I can't go to politics. It's always aside the left. Politics na bad game. Like I see them they disgrace and Kurumana, so that they disgrace as an SI Kurumana and John Abutloko. I've been telling you. People the way SI with the help. Me not so surprised to me. They uncle them. They say not a politician. Now you can put them. They're not a politician. I can't put them from politics. Say, oh, we know what they eat from SI Kuruma, but we know SI Kuruma for the better person. SI Bill Mox now put local. Friday can play, Saturday then play Oje, Sunday evening then he go free turn. Then we don't get the accident, he buy speedboat where they run 45 minutes from free turn to put local. For like he did every weekend he did put local. Where he done, he plant a big plantation at Magindira. Where he done, he can put local and he can sit down. So something the way he advise Momo, and that 10 days, Sierra Leone, they say corruption, but the government be there in good footing. Because if you think about boss, then comfort, then SLRTC there, then best there, SLRTC. A lot been there all over the country because that time, a small daughter gets a sense. Now the child became look into politics. I look into politics because of that here what they happen. Then they kill prominent Northerners the way this thing happened, where the SLPP come. Before at the camp overseas, now we organize where Jibril IB Kanu, Fode Kaloko, Preso na Mesikale, Abu White, Fode Mahmoud, Kainde them, the council, where the APC sweep everything. But the first election, for let's say you know APC, then we they supply water and food, and that small road they don't give it. That time the few people, but APC managed that 5 seats before it multiplied. So I want to talk to the young Northern and them. For change something, you only say you they do bad. But if somebody keep on do you bad and do bad and do bad, now the second and this despite the first colonial and these people them, but this 2 time where they don't dey in office, me and know everything. And this woman, you know, deeply about the FPR take time because I be the follow in program practice. I wonder why in they say for make another political party. If you dey compare them 2 parties, APC and SLP, if somebody say the same, me and one turn up, it not compare. The thing that we will see for this moment, we will see what it don't happen. Why you been at the north, one full of political party for take a situation? You need a brilliant people them where they me no wish for let them do what you then do, for let them do them, for let the game keep doing so. When you can power, you castrate, you pump in them. When you can, you focus on development. I like for see because most people are already come on at the diaspora. Me without most now some man they will not do good job now. Yeah. Despite the one who own a businessman go back and forth. But many people will they go for aspire now politics. Because man will get good job, you not get chance. If you not to businessman, for let he left, you go take the period of time wait for taking under on politics. You get your wealth, you get your mortgage now. Unless a man they get to business, he make money and I make money now. So many people that they were of time now gone man them and then they go. Where some diaspora they know they do well even when they go for politics. Well, imagine like this. Government, most of the people them, if man me when not go school, I even for manage, I be supervisor on a job and know how work they go. And they go all office and not try for implement that in the country. I test people, that don't make sense. So this now me, you're saying this, I know Chief Blaq very well. And a very brilliant man. Seriously. Because he say not to be read, but anyhow things difficult, even the businessman, the traders, even what they on the trade line now. How did they handle the issue of the traders with Akibo belt or during the time of Akibo belt? I know the man enough afraid. What's it they on the truth? So if they kill them people and they let them with them did. Me man like Julius Spencer, Aliu Bangura, and Afula. If needed, I don't want to let them mix for any politics, anything when they talk about people, they get blood and
Thank you so much. You didn't not answer the call. Then we bring Mr. Fona immediately. Salon for All, Voice for All, Network Television. Kindly identify yourself, please.
Yes, Miss Khadija. This now Mohammed. Call from mainline.
Yes, Mr. Mohammed. Mr. Mohammed, I'm going to need you also for help with the chat room.
The son, because I not joined the program, please. If the Abu Blaq get any family, at the forum, I want to sorry for the wonderful, the most bitter loss we lost. And I did example family member. This program, like I said yesterday, we very sensitive for this. They will ignite a spark in people's mind there. So what you don't go through, so people will know the dangers of losing their head of way. You know, like for me, I witnessed everything, especially the Abu Blaq, the Sakoma, and the Sheikh Saba, the device not alone. They were on the road, and that thing is Abu Blaq na the first Abu Blaq na the first man we meeting up where he like to go. Like Eastern Police Shakila Road Junction, that just by that curve, the one Gosa. Next thing after the intervention, like after one week, and then I don't know that goes share by Eastern Police, they be like, hey, Abu Blaq collaborator. And the first man that they were meeting up, I see the people they stone out to them. It cannot go suddenly. But you know, be able to die quick and pull out the put on a wall accident and go back to a massive crazy. And they will finally legitimize. So, like, when people are also playing a mapella with the Egan System Police, I think the wrath of when people, when they this SLPP, this Sudan Kamara regime, when the test of power, which they capable to do, the extent to as to which they ready to reach, but normally they maintain power another country. Just like what you say, this 19.1 radio station, like a scar. The people that January 60, that intervention period, the air party regime into the intervention, and the worst moment anybody will leave or even explain that moment the person has gone na secure in life. I don't see inside hundreds of people when they deny now. The other families of an vote for what like me now, seeing I could be a victim of that. Those don't do nothing na Mabela Waf. Na the Waf. Who don't really know on board about the votes. I don't know if they are born and put with it or with it. We both know the rich na Lumbi area there, one side. The people who have been there now, they have more people than Lumbi. Like we have family, they think about them. Them people put them in the secret willfully. They don't say that GD they won. Because that's the only means that what people have used for go Guinea, go get food, stuff, for that sale. If they see the simple and the knives the way we don't go now, if they sold them, they come back. They can't see this regime. The people who are the perpetrator of that particular movement, they can't see it. They won't way back to that country. In a country who will suffer. This I don't know really what you call how this same kind of people we don't perpetrate that violently. That they don't kill people, innocent people, you know. So like where on the talk, I can eliminate and see all them the evil sin in the way we don't see. But we empathy over to the intervention. We don't see what the lives, the innocent lives that we don't go. You know, so like today, like why are they listening to this program and they get this somber moment and they get I don't know how they feel like and they get fear in the haunts me city. So like I know from the party, the party in politics, especially the SMB, they get big scene where they go for. They get to wash their hands and they get to go forgive that party because they don't create carnage or necessary carnage that they don't create innocent lives there. You know, now the first thing that they could see, that movement they took it to the life and the front of the case. The first one I'm in for when we just died there and shooting picking that in front of the face. Me and my baby. The letter, them form the room, the Comorian party, Gabon, all that to be who witness all the things, those carnage there, to be whole area, that Marigo box area, where they answer, they destroy lifespan, where they kill innocent people, where they bomb, they shell that city. It really sad, you know. Like I say, I don't know, but I'll be just what I have contribute because we succeeded. I see how they eliminate components there in the name of collaborators, and then people like they come back to society will tell them like this power they call they lead this 19.1 clandestine radio, you know. So it's a sad moment for right now after Lord just play they got forgive we and they forgive the perpetrator, but it's like the people in no land, the people who perpetrate that war, they take it and they get at the helm of power. And they still control each team in another country. So I really thank you for how them brilliant program is necessary because if we don't know with history, we don't know how to work for because most of them are quick to forget. You know, we likely to go back to that already and the people will not ever reach that already because you know, be careful, be really, really tough. So that's the own contribution.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mohammed. We social media correspondent. If you get time, please kindly call back for now. You go able for help you with the chat room, sir.
No problem.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you for your contribution. I want to bring in Mr. Fona. I know say Yusuf say you been get knowledge of this late pa coming sir land. Yes, sir.
First of all, I want to hear me.
Yes, I would hear you well. Thank you.
First of all, I want, my heart goes so much to Daura. I mean, for lost your parents in a very, very undignified fashion. I was in Sierra Leone when this intervention took place.
Wow.
Well, interestingly, as you talk about Magbimbira, Sasakoyila, I was right during the very time of the intervention, I was right late Honorable S.I. Kurumai plantation of Magbimbira. And we got a project for Dubai Pamai. That's the day I go meet a guy called Fela. We in schoolmates, we be one of the managers and then at that time I go buy 20 drum per mile. So God make the intervention not take place. I mean it take place we not be decide because baby say every day they we have poor people from the whole sphere of do bad to it. Now God just pull me out of that particular situation because I don't say I support the AFRC, but I was the best critic of the SLPP at that time. So I guess Blaq was my father's friend, my papa honorable, late honorable Abioseh Mufana. I mean, nobody knows that APC we know sir. We had a really, really good friend, being that, he was an APC. I would say, the petty traders boss, a very pious Muslim, very, very good-hearted person. And all the things that explains, I don't need to explain again. Exactly what happened with her. And one of the things that we, even myself, can get personal trauma about Sierra Leone, when I can recall the atrocities of the SLPP, where a party, I have never made a secret of it, that this SLPP, they also know that Suleiman disliked them so much. What I mean dislike, I dislike the SLPP with a passion. And I don't make my comments, me historical recounts about this war. And one of the things Khadija will feel for people is to always bring this, because some people are quick for forget and hide the truth of these things. But the interesting thing, the SLPP go down on records that the first government and the history of Sierra Leone will execute a female where Akula Samawe is 6 months pregnant. I mean, they have no shame that this thing happened to people just because they work for the AFRC. This 98.1 FM station, Pacorona make some mistakes. This is a station where, if I was in power, me, Suleiman, they exist because the Truth and Reconciliation Commission make them specifically clear that this 98.1 was actually described exactly like the Rwanda 8 radio. The Rwanda 8 radio. Now, a station will not fully exist after SLPP when the APC came to power. Now, a station where the whole chapter inside the Reconciliation Commission dedicated to this radio, because a radio, when they think the propaganda when they use people in Zaina Bangor, they only use the all for where they do propaganda against the people of Sierra. They describe everybody with this as rebels. And this radio station is responsible for a lot of the atrocities because they lie, they handpick people in, and they're all actually responsible. I mean, let's Blaq and all the other one, Mustaba, Musa Kadia, this other article sorry, Sakuma. Yeah, Sakuma had already announced that, Johnny Paul will go high to Sakuma, which was a lie. And this radio station, I go see 100 people they slaughter with Ecomoxian bomb in Mabila. I was there that morning where the bomb go for at my store at Guard Street, 7 o'clock morning. After all, we watch the atrocities which happen all night in Mabila where Ecomo killing people in the radio station is lie. So I guess the SLPP go back on records during the time when Kamara been ready for handover power, when they try to do the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. Then Pakabali Day, he said, I say, let them hide these atrocities, let them cover. He said, because it will expose Southeast people. He said, it will expose them atrocity. And I'm telling you, this SLPP na a government way, na a party way, we go always expose about atrocities and the real bad things going on in our nation. In fact, for prove me right, now the only governments when we don't do the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, now the international community said, but listen, when again members are inside the SLPP, because the atrocities we commit, he go above the threshold of what they call reconciliation. And these are some Hinganoma, where they arena, try them, for some other members of the SLPP, they try them, at court, they find them guilty, they lock them as but they die in prison. Wow. So the SLPP get a pattern of this particular kind of behavior.
I want to ask you a question before you go forward, sir. Yes, sir. I can always say, and you're welcome to disagree. I can always say that I can try for shy away from either SLPP or APC. I can rather basically focus on the leadership of the political party or the cabinet members. Meaning that, do you think that I believe so even with the SLPP, you go able for kind of like judge certain administration maybe where we don't do better or where they do better, whatever the case may be. And then I also want to ask you in terms of the 98.1 radio, obviously then people then they will be they cause this issue as soon as we consider they know they work na them station the day again, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. So do you think maybe there was a different approach now from the unfortunate thing what happened to Alhaji Blaq them to now, or from your own point of view, what do you think?
Well, I mean, Khadija, sometimes if we want to spice the truth, we always miss the point. The same thing that happened in 1998, when the party come back, the government come back, then go get into reaction, call people in junta collaborator, murder a lot of innocent citizens, and just because plenty people will die, and because they don't be the opportunity for escape. Sierra Leone, we certainly talk so. We could have been victims. I know a lot of friends already died in these circumstances, either directly or indirectly. Now look at what happened again in 2018. This party kind of power, they don't win election. They were happy about their victory. Now they continue this same pattern of what happened in 1998. This is where I am coming from.
I see.
That is why I continue to see a pattern here.
Okay.
The SLPP only come back in 1998. They were for be happy because they won the victory, and they can become more sad. They go into a rampage. They go people in. Make them, they attack Northerners and the southeastern part of the country, traders them, this, that, lock up political prisoners them. I mean, I want to say about, I try for put them in the bad light.
Right.
But I want to try for assess a pattern of what will happen. And a different administration, the Kamara administration don't die. But look at the same kind of thing happening today. They cannot actually work with members of the opposition. They don't actually arrest people and lock them up inside prison. The case of Paulo Conte, the issue of Palemba Road. So anyway, I know how you feel a little nervous here.
No. I want to be honest. I just go and throw them. No, please.
That is why.
Feel free. Feel free.
Actually, if you watch. Go on.
Yeah, feel free. I want to be yourself and be honest. I just sincerely.
That's exactly the truth. There's one thing left outside you. I can tell you anything left. The truth. The whole truth and nothing but the truth. Then you only feel will set me free.
Mr. Fona, you know the history past me. So some of this question, not so for now you shy away from the truth, but rather for now kind of like stimulate your mind or let me go able for learn better. You understand me, eh? So not for say I wanna you be sincere. I mean, I know we come and play games na this platform. Obviously not. No, 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 no. So please not feel saying that that's not the intention. I want to be honest and kind of like educate people like me where basically I left there at the age of 12, 13. And the history the way I get and the experience when I get, I don't. You understand?
Well, exactly, Khadija.
Yes.
And for example, you know, when I spent the whole time in Sierra Leone throughout until January 6, 1999, I mean, during Pakabai time, one of the things we need to charge the government, the Kaba government, that you know that they're responsible for the atrocities that they were responsible for, you know, leading up to January 6, 1999. How? Okay, in 2007, what actually cause the intervention, I mean, what calls the AFRC coup was a very, very simple situation. When the SLPP take power, somebody advised Pakabase not make something normal a defense minister. I remember that club I did inside Saladio. They said this man is a Kamajo chief. Now, possibly, he get bad blood. Now, possibly, that is why even when Solomon Barrow died, I actually make a whole video presentation where I damn in so. I think the government are talking to party now. I met few people they call they say, yes, for they say, yes, that's what you say about this thing are true. But anyway, you know, this and that. I said, I will not stop it. I said, this is a curriculum we all learn. A lot of young people will learn from that particular thing. We go viral. I said, we need to actually put the truth out there, let people consume raw, so let everyone make it mind up. When they advise Tijan Kamara, they say this man will make a defense minister a great problem in this country. He allowed SLP to twist his arm, they make up. Guess what he have? Some in they use the Kaba Johnson for provoke the national party. In the arm, the Kaba Johnson, they use try then bush weapons and everything. They can't begin to use RPG, they can't begin to use SPG, and there were atrocities where Kaba Johnson they go kill soldiers and abroad, they put their hearts, they eater, they happen at Kenema. All these atrocities continue under the SLPP at that time. Until one certain time when they will kill a certain person in soldiers, a commander on the war front, they call Major Johnny Pokoroma. They will kill the soldiers. They must say, what's happened? Instead again, you know, anybody who are war front when I recognize the commander, say someone take up from them, instead react. And that's how they arrest them, put them in prison. Plan for actually execute Johnny Paul Kuma at prison and lead to the May 1997. Kaba fled to Guinea. Okay, they tell you everyone when they see RAF, they don't really attack and everything. For the first time, me, Khadija, they freaked out. I see the Revolutionary United from they come from the bush. I don't believe good-looking young boys and girls who are just Sierra Leoneans there. They know they talk no language. They talk Salo languages there, and from different young boys, young girls, all kind of people we interact with in our free time during the AFRC, and we begin to write it. That's when they do some small writing for the own press. One of the press, the 12 newspaper, they ban when they come back now. And we only tell them that the APC, so they the time. So I'm going to write for them. So we begin to write. So this is a good opportunity. They don't tell you they talk about peace. We will never see area. Why did Tijan Kaba government not make good use of this opportunity? Now form the government of national unity. Oh no, the 98.1, the SLP propaganda, they fool the international community. They fool the international community with all kind of propaganda for unravel this, for stealing by the situation, confuse the international community until we reach a time when the international community can begin to say, something wrong there. They say, you know what, don't go to a peace conference in Nigeria. I tell you, Kaba don't make an arrangement with Sani Abacha, where he died before even the 1999. They make plan with Sani Abacha for their mining rights and everything. It was all about deals, trade deals and everything. Because the international community, John Rawlings, they'll not be interested. If you find out that Nigeria will not be interested in this thing. So what they say, ECOMOG, it was not actually the West African force anymore. The real ECOMOG that Liberia is The Sierra situation was just Nigeria led. That's what they call it. Nigeria led problem. Nigeria led problem. But it was not for all the countries. Even Guinea not participate. So when I go to Nigeria, and I go to the AFRC, 9 months. They said they give 9 months for all rapid. So the intention was, let us see the way we form a government of national unity. Any sensible people, the RAF Ronka. Now that's anyone will use an opportunity for demobilize, disarm, and everything, and return the country to sanity back. Now you see people go through the kind of it. The government come back, they take the road at the back, they break them back, they say, go back now. Let something will start fresh. Well, you have to say this, and Yamacha Ode Ahabopa can't pass away before 1990. He passed away sometime in 1998. So when he can pass away, he can weaken the ECOMOG forces now. Then the AFRC and RAF join forces and come back inside the city again in January 1989. So technically, if only this government of Kamara, they get the temper down, if they get patience, they get a political temperament, they go to find inside plenty of APC politicians. I mean, regardless of the criticism of them, but we get steady-headed politicians within the APC, we show reason. We reasonable. If we even get that kind of temperament within that 10 days inside the Kamara regime, now they peace for London. Now they that 1997, now they this war will end. But the Tawabak create January 6, 1999. Prayer by go combat. Look how many 6,000 people dead in Freetown alone, 1999. I'm going to talk about other parts of the country. Only when 2000, about kind of financing the long peace and so much. There's no way around it. Now you bring for the circle, you can make a 40 peace, you can vice president, you can head of the mineral resources. But what all that for? How much time did we waste? Why do we have to wait till 2000? Why not be happening in 1997? So all that particular thing, if it happened in 1997, it can't prevent that atrocity. And so we like to look at the situation. And that is why I continue to see the pattern in person people today. These are people who do not get temperament. They don't understand, they don't get political charisma. They don't know how to actually be bipartisan. They're not comfortable to work with other people and just like putting at the school mind coming down like APC. So, and this is the situation we find ourselves today. Up till now, it's been 2.5 years, we still struggle for peace, we still struggle for political tolerance. Certain groups they feel isolated. The same thing happened to this because we pass away, so they just dismiss unlawfully. So to me, I see this pattern continue to exist. I'm not going to take time because sometimes other person will come inside. But Kanija, this is my gut feeling that certain group political situation like this should not exist in Sierra Leone. All the reasons for all to still there, so I mean, all them here can create potential conflict because Sierra Leone not only for Southeast people, Sierra Leone for Sierra Leoneans from every walks of life, you find yourself. But I mean, if certain set of people are isolated in so many different things, are bullied, and given all these kind of circumstances, they went happen in 1998 in the killing of all the people there. That is the same kind of pattern. What God made today, social media day, smartphone day, WhatsApp day, and what you do the heights today, can be small, but to God be atrocities away from people. 30 days when we go through a healing process. 30 days in that country, wow. We don't go through a healing process for they just can't evaporate the whole thing again. And it's actually a sad situation. But this is why we always stay there for continue for the enlightened people.
Yeah, I agree with a few things we say. One of which is that in this Salona for all, just like how we platform implies, Salon for all, voice for all, Salona for all man, and every voice matter. I also wonder we talk about healing process. How can we forgive each other and try for move forward? Because in the case of I just admire the courage of Mr. Dauda Blaq Kamara, given the obvious of waiting happened to him, Papa, but yet still, to see grudge, to see, but yet still, he still have the courage for even try for go into the political arena. And again, small time we're going to bring her on that for now. Talk on that. But I bring Mr. Sise come in. Mr. IB, come on in, sir. UPC doctor. Check your volume. And Mr.
Thank you
Fon, I
very
will bring
much,
you back in, sir.
Khadija. I
Yes,
say
sir.
thanks to all the. You hear me?
Yes, I would hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I say thanks to all the people who contribute to this here. One thing I go want to see, and I go let you bring a camera at the forum then on the talk show them.
Yeah.
So all Sierra Leoneans, no matter who say you come out, no matter what you tribe, no matter what you party, now one main thing go for left and saloon, retaliation. Until we stop retaliation, if we not stop it, I don't know go ever better.
Absolutely. So you don't dive into the healing process. So that would be an advice. Yeah. I'll be able
Yes.
for
I need
healing.
a big all Sierra Leoneans. I'm not going to name for say, oh, like Mr. Blaq or this person. No. I name all Sierra Leoneans because everybody value is possible and kill. What happened at Salou, they call me brother, Fofana. Now, I'm not be listening, I'm a brother, I'm Mr. Brother, but I will talk to that later on. Yeah.
See, the world small.
The sister, baby,
Bad, not fine.
Ohio. In my man, I'm to be by first married. I mean, call Ali Dem, Ali Tito. Oh, wow. Yeah. One that did, I mean, call him the one that did. So, when can't I see the one I said before that? I said, oh my God, you see the world is small?
Bad, not fine.
Yeah.
Bad, not fine.
Yeah. But let me say I'm Mr. Brother, so that's fine. But what I'm trying to say, to be honest to you, whether APC, SLPP, NGC, C4C, or the tribes them, let us say bygone is bygone. We will always class Tanzania, we will class Rwanda, we will class South Africa. If anybody in the world be there before people them, and Nelson Mandela, when it came to power, the first person we promote, that man will be the keeper at Gilead, will be the policeman. He use the word to say, why are they support you? Because you be the go exact of what they tell you. If you know be doing, you go lose your job and you get a family. If you wish to learn them, will not forgive and pray to God, let God forgive you. Just call me brother they talk about better. What will be the right side? Remember before you come at the forum, I talk I said Salon is very deep. Yeah. It's very deep. And that deepness of Salon will not be ever able to share. And this government will come into power now. When I say new direction, the first one be the expect. That tribalism court, standing at the fair, especially in the court. That make every like you talk about. Mother Bio is my president. Whether I like him or not, whether I vote for or not. Now you wouldn't choose. Me not to SLPP, I don't ever vote for them, I don't like you. That's why they call me AKPC doctor, I don't change. But Mother Bio, in effect for realize a voice and powerful of her. Any sign of the world, when the president comes and say, look, let me tell you something. Me, I'm a member of the SLPP. But for now, I'm president of Sierra Leone. Whether you vote for me or not, or you know APC or you know APC or this, that. If you commit a crime, you don't use the word above the law. The government or the law will deal with you. Period. And nobody is above the law. I don't ask nobody. Charles my guy go a little bit for cut the grass. He use the word say, and he know what he see. And I suspect that one of the things I will not be the work with that. He said, let no minister, nobody sending for them go beat person, go arrest somebody, or go kill person. That is a try to tell us, say, I don't care whether you're a Liman, you're this person, you're that person, you know, they're not powerful, let them arrest somebody or beat somebody. Now they say na salon. But all the people doing na self, will not charge. Because they just arrest them because they support another party. They don't get any charges they bring against them. Because the law say when you arrest somebody, after 48 hours, you should not charge again for the visa. But if they just try for silencing people in there. Today, yesterday, they read my paper. Sylvia Bradley talks as a journalist, as a reporter, say the agreement they get, you know, for can write nothing, you know, for can say nothing. That did not surprise the media. So me no go dey alone, I buy newspaper. I go rather listen to Ariba than I buy newspaper because I don't know so now the newspaper don't dey write what I want read.
Yeah.
And any government at the world, when you not get a strong opposition, you know they survive.
That's correct.
If the president can openly, he condemned the APC, he condemned the SLPP, he condemned, not I mean condemn SLPP, the people who cause the damage on a salon, when our SLPP members them, the APC members them, this members them, not the, and Eskroma then left the power. He is no more the president of Sierra Leone. They say X. The power of Mother Bio and Eskroma no get that. So bringing an Eskroma, I'm not going to do the would be. Mother Bio can say, look, if you commit a crime, the police station will arrest you. Let them deal with you as a Sierra Leonean. Believe me, my sister and my brother, we don't tell people for not left. But when they arrest somebody, they say above. Above when they get in the person name. Now God, something that they Mother Bio don't know. Something that they know. And people they see what will happen. What about Kamara beg everybody, not call anybody rebel. They are our brothers. Some of them they take them behind their mind, behind their will. You feel say some of you not be the senior one they beat to papa them, mama them, or kill them. I go meet you now, I take and knock you out, I kill you at the way and say yes, this time be beat me, man, I need to kill me, man. But Pakaba beg everybody. We see how a software go. The name is not say na rebel war. But look now, we're not get rebel war. Look what did happen. You dey afraid for wear good chain and street for worker. You dey afraid for wear good watch and street for worker. You dey afraid for wear good dress for worker and street. Woman dey afraid for court money. First of all, we don't accuse woman dem. Make the money not be value self again. You dey see Pamai woman dey count money and street like person na banking day for go buy Pamai. But now, woman dey count now in the Kamara corner. When one use phone is from na sideway. The president a voice for Canada, the people their ears. Paseki, when we demonstrate, they about a card. I remember that day. He said, Sierra Leoneans are the one owner. And they already say a group will come out of the province for can demonstrate at Freetown. And when I want to pick them, me that the president, the executive president of Sierra Leone. And I will use my power for sure and say, me that the executive power. Anybody who left a pick can have freedom or can demonstrate or can destroy the area, I go deal with them. Believe me, my mother will not get inside room for them not come out. Because that one is too heavy. Even though maybe be meaner or not be meaner. But we president therefore they come out, condemn whether you are SLPP, you are APC, you go beat Mede man, you go beat Timini man, you go beat Fulaman, you go beat Iso man, they don't deal with you as a Sierra Leonean. Period. They don't deal with you as a party. But when APC come into power, when they do something, they let them go. When SLPP can do something, when they do something, they let them go. This white paper we talk about, the reason paper are not interested in this white paper, like I talk today. The worst house for buying a salon, where government sees property, they sell and you. And the worst property only for buy. Because the government won't get them, it come back, they will take an alarm. Therefore, stop that. I'm not saying yes, it pain we, some of you happy, some of you not happy. But they beg all man, the north, the south, the east, the west, let we forget and let we pray to God forgive we. Because if we say because they don't give APC doctor. Papa, he said they can't do a back. What about the other person back again? How long ago? How long ago make salon? Yeah, the brothers and sisters over there, this one there. Be the day now send the message. We buy them, we party them, we people them, and we praise people like Khadija and so let them at the media for bring who come. Let peace can a salon. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. And also, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, sir. Yeah, go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay. What I want to say, may if now for preach reconciliation, I think Siri they be the first person, but I don't want to look to reconciliation yet because reconciliation is that we want. Like we don't go through these things, then we come to reconciliation. I think we don't get to that step. The SLPP don't come into power. They don't do everything. You know what you make they disagree with people who they say APC and SLPP na the same in that country and they feel sad. If you compare to the activity and not talk to the past APC, I tell you say I can't realize about politics during where SI Kurma and Sheikh Stephen go off. Not to so. Now that thing I begin to realize about politics. MPRC come and they analyze all voting past and they see and they inside Sierra Leone. Till that pass, we don't no starting people then. We don't go into election. We don't start fresh. We don't get SLPP into power. As see what happen. That time the social media are not delicate today. If the social media are delicate today, you see what that people and they do, what pass. Everybody like today you they admire, but some of who see you remember that, then there it don't pass. It don't pass. And as Corona don't come, me not argue all the time because not the way our benefits now government separate, but at the look at the way the scale. And I tell you thank you, even if I don't educate them with no government from the Lena University today. But the time where I wanted the people picking them can start a new era. And are they an away and a school marker coming into power? That time they only internet now they able extra access something. But by then now the social media don't begin to go free. And I've gone see it on 2 or 3 times. I see how the situation be. And the last time we go now, they see that during the time of past elections, this election, now one of the peaceful elections, that's caused by the man holding a power. How he put the election. Was 6 things begin the now some things they don't begin the cap. If you look begin the now long the chairman openly sent them, then kill them. Government stay in power. They will arrest them people. Say all what happened. All the people that don't kill. Government will arrest them people. It don't come to a point now. Now then they arrest people. Then take them to private contest. Not to body. Don't lost his life. How they preach reconciliation under them there and things they go on. And so to God is now forgiveness. We elect forgiveness because. Let this man bring about like Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam when he come, Mecca, they even kill your uncle, he reconcile. And it's also amnesty that we open at this world. That clear momentum day like a good day. If you look, the difference is of the Sierra Leone, we don't die. And as Kurma, when he come, internal, and also they're not even, they put that excuse there. You go really know say some things happen out of understanding. But how you look delicate today, then they sack prominent people here. You able to preach reconciliation and that, so they don't lost their life. So then see don't because of political party or because of the winter way they bought, because of the new mode they carry. Then people and they tell them about reconciliation. Then if you compare, let we left with team pass. Let me see this SLPP and this past SLPP. Would I push the APC? Would I push the country ahead? If you descend at the same, me the name, you don't get problem to me. Which party when they get people that will then go left? Look at America. Many hundreds of years. The name does not get nothing to do. What do I mean? What are the another one request to this government because they get people with PhDs, doctorate, and all walks of life. Imagine one old minister then a sitting power. You say when he display an election, who has done so? The prime minister gets a government of minority. You don't ever sack everybody. You sack parliamentarian and the election of what that guy could display. The lady winner, the Davis, they will talk about reconciliation. The lady look up. It's not to God by the relinquished by now. They relinquished by now, they get what it is feeding people them. Then seize the power now and by force in the name of Namibia power in the 21st century. And people they don't live now. I like Abu Blaq for do that if he didn't have power because they're killing daddy. Before I hate him for do that, like hate what thing they happen. I like Suleiman for do that when he gonna power I forget what in they happen. I like you, ABC doctor, for do that. I forget hate this way they happen before I can hate way they come. So this now me saying this, I like reconciliation. But if the things them when they mess the reconciliation, they happen. Police, military, all walks of life, people they don't sack them, they don't know they and jobs opportunities now they like yeah. Like what in Suleiman say earlier today, if they start cleaning a job and they go do cleaning and they go work now dairy farm and they go do something for last of five. So I don't always see them start you not get no. And begin them, they see them provided the language. They don't get job and so they don't die. Now we don't talk so. One officer, he don't die. Imagine a man with a dignity, respect. They kick you out of your power, they not to tell you what you do. This is only they say.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Blaq, come on in, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Thank all the participants. I mean, they give me some hope and courage. You know, we got a long way to go. So let we heal the problems that we don't have on Sierra Leone. Because if we look from 1992, 1994, 1996, up to date, the things that don't happen in that country, if people no get God in the heart, since they Sierra Leone for the in a mess. Because look at the two giant political parties in the country, the APC and the SLPP. When you weigh the good, the bad, and the ugly, in any shape or form, you will find out, say, APC, they at high level. The party is a party of peace. Let's come back to the time when they overthrew APC. JS Momo, again, Guinea, it became all right for them to come back. When they did Guinea, I said, no. I said, I love my people, I love my country. I said, no. I said, hey, let me go back in the state. Because the same way they bring down Tijan Kaba is from what you want, woman a soldier. But they look at them, they say, you know what? Let it go. SLPP, we know say they play a great role after when they overthrown. They go inside the NPRC. SLPP goes inside the NPRC, we know that. They victimize people, especially from the north. They want to eliminate the APC party. They want to forget about them because I've been planned that. They make them one way, any time they call APC. In go arrest people. They get one to them, they say, you get APC blood. Like that way they counter. You get APC blood. And that particular time, they even immediately, then they go and put up an go for 4 days. Yes, because Kamara it became another holiday, so they take us say regarding the APC chief, they say that Memoriam chieftaincy. So that they all, so you know, to politician, they put up a road by then. When it comes to the election proper 1996, we are coming to politics today. 1996, now the first time we me votes. Now the first time we are be party agent for APC, the UMC Ginger Primary School. I see how this happen. When NBRC at that time, yes, we don't say Khalifa Smart will get edge on the election because APC at that time all man be vexed, all man be support the military. So Khalifa Smart we get good chances at the time. But because NBRC want to give the power to SLPP, and James Jonah will be the key figure at the time when I be electoral commissioner, interim electoral commissioner. We know what in play. NBRC now them bulldoze and they go collect the boxes then, the soldier them bulldoze. When I say bulldoze, they go collect the boxes then. Then really election, we almost said that time they can pass marks, we win the election, UPP. But
because the don't tie, the John Kabali, Jim Jonah, and all tie United Nations, they come see, yes, we do this. They announce the results. Jim Jonah get the mind, say yes, thing happened by the election. Now, I did deduct 60,000 votes from SLPP because we don't find out, say yes, overvoting happened, which of course automatically, therefore we don't nullify that election. But because we are not the one piece, we want to let all the military guys them go back to the barrack. They call UNPP, they call PDP, they will call SLPP in Nigeria, they go engage. They go talk to Fasma, they talk to Tinubu, then they say, okay, for the interest of peace, then they solve this thing. But what did you talk about the Fed at that time? Just like what you Sheikh will say, just like what ABC Johnson will say, they fail for unify the country. That will be the best opportunity for let's come together. But when they come, they first come this revenge because of ABC belonging power from this time to this time. So they say from power, so they decide to pull the APC back. Okay, APC na party where na Kamara party, then go on the grassroots, mobilize, come back 2002, we see what happened, they talk to Nkrumah, they go easy, 2007, we see what happened. But when APC take power, Karim, at that time maybe you will be, you will be in that song, we know. When APC take power, the government of national unity, and its reform. It not big. It not come in stack. Say because you be the SLPP, you have come out, you know. But in fact, Usa is start for me. Now, Usa them you want to kill you because of the campaign. They attack them like Kenema, they want to kill them. Because they heading for Kaila, we all the that story. But what did he do? After the election, they go start the peace talk. When it begin in development, that Kaila will go start. And the southeast. Just for them to say in a president for the country. And he make a known, say yes. Now APC have been there, now APC tickets have been taken, we went and win this nation, but we are president of this nation. And the program. A unified country is going to be peaceful. They're not killing nobody. They're not killing nobody. Because it's I will not what will happen between Mama Pujadem and we will them and see there's find them 60,000. They now become a case today. Because of peace. It encourage, it become Kamara, it manage the country well. Because you in campaign, when they say, in the rules you know like how it manage a business. And we see that happen. We see like a turnover in Sierra Leone. And it put the life of the workers there. Workers only be pay 50,000. When the labor, a big account, a month amount, a big aside from 150, a big account to 500,000. It put the life of Sierra Leoneans then. It give the economy turn around. Okay, we all see what's happening. SLPP, now they come to power. The best way Julius Maada should have gone by continuity. Yes, it gets in slogan, it gets in campaign message saying new direction. Okay, yes. People are buying the idea, so okay, APC going for 2 terms. Now, okay, we don't tire. Let me see how Kamara government from. They happen in other parts of the world. But if the greatest opportunity it begins to unify, so let's just continue with society and this. So, but one of the biggest mistakes we ever made in our life, where the Sierra Leoneans say no ever forgive her. For let a country that Mama Airport projects, where we don't cater for over 15 to 20,000 jobs in that country. We come because of whatever malice or greed, we don't let the names and APC start this, we cancel that particular project. Now the people will begin lost confidence from that country. The event come, we see the two people, APC, because you wear red, they attack you, they kill you. How many times they attack the APC party? Maybe the last one where Lawrence Lahai Lima, we go shoot the APC party office. I was there. It just happened to say we just left them for go L meeting with Samura Kamara where they call me. So we left the party office for go to Samura Kamara. We then at the step, when slightly man, then they pass with the cops, they go for go there. And we understand that the police have even tried to divert them, so then they use service street and we used by the party office. So say no, but they pass. If they go, then they give remarks. They will return back to the body campus in front of the party office. The APC youth will be sit down. Normally, when they pass with body, cops, they go see people in Blaq to respect the body. So the youth them grab, the people will grab, so they respect this lady body and that's respect. They pass, they reverse back. They can't attack. So still take place. Like them 1 kilo, but they first them 1 kilo about APC Sheriff. When Israeli man aimed at APC Sheriff, he shoots what APC Sheriff talk.
Hey God.
So another has a position to express safely. So we never did tomorrow to again. So what about the person where His Excellency Julius Father don't get rid of because all the panic in all the atrocities are really cause up. And not discipline. We all know it's all APC in power, all the city too. But for the number of this, they let you go. For let you go on SLBC when at the national radio station you go to perform this, they do all kinds of stuff. And they call the radio station say, let the military go overthrow, let them do this, let them do that. It's so many things, but let it go. Why don't we not come a power when I'm not able to do anything? We feel like we arrest, we give this, until the break. If we say for ill, like SLP we need for also, and this is not that problem. And as for what second SLPC move for the years, Susan, they're not jail nobody, they're not killing nobody. With all the problems, even the president of Nigeria, the time a pass a stop and a company of God districts. I was by Eastern Police. When I support my batch and I take a batch and still on God districts, they pass.
Wow.
After they had a command to be police for somebody, like they don't brush aside. If like APC person, because of this SLP time, so when they go to the kill it. Because looking at how many people travel, you will see Sumba in the past, you will see LMG, you will see GPMG, like this. So order they will get for talk for peace in that country. They put APC in the most successful. One thing about APC what they take for real, my dear, now business minded people, that everybody that wants a business. Never see what I also my young politician, I jump into politics, but I get my business going. Right now, I tell you for free, I get a land, a big piece of land where I don't buy for my family. Because I don't want to return to America. Yeah. If I jump into politics, not for help, because I get all what it takes. Many resources that they are telling you how much I make now. Like sacrifice about sacrifice and the bonus and the because I know say I get to work for every community. The body one they go now so when I send money I spend back as a rule from many areas. During the time of the campaign, I see what I do. I get scholarships and not saying this scholarship so we kill them. Yes. The unfortunate at the end, I supply benches, tables, I give books. I make roads. You don't see anything today. Absolutely. And what's not the truth? At the end, just because I'm not saying I'm in the country. So that make I be so feel pain that we will talk about this one issue. We can see Ghanaians then, we want to go back, but because of them malice they decide to say. Me, I want to be someone take past 15 years now America, I go back. America don't investment there. But with this kind of malice, what's that going to take me? No, I don't stop. I don't get all these years. I don't build me houses there. I want to go on the farm. Somebody will happen into politics. First thing go money will not work inside politics for me and the person will destroy. Yeah. These are the life of Sierra Leoneans there. Where we need to talk to them. If we don't come at the diaspora, we don't get to know, we don't invest back in our country. Therefore, embrace me. We're not going to see as enemies. Because of the development. But some of them waiting upon right now, we know what they do. Embezzlement, don't see money now, where they don't put offshore, where they don't keep for the private nation. They now put property and they country, where they go country, they look at them as a bad person. So if we talk about this healing, the SNP people agree say yes, we truly don't mistake. We need to apologize to APC for the interest of people who are country and look at one Sierra Leone. They let that sack. What you can is one ministry by Sunday. Then Suviri, then Kamara, then Masali, then Bangura, content, they're all for good. If you don't say who are not for good, that's how they take this country. Look what's in the apple of Saki. Look what's in the apple of Ascom. Look what's in the apple of CSL. Under the ministry, the back of Sierra. Why they are the Ministry of Foreign Affairs? Sweep the one place, bring your country when they're waiting. When they will be the doctor of Sierra Leone and said, so if we are talking about aid, first let's run the mail on the other side and ask them if they are actually ready for peace. If they are ready for peace, APC is always ready for peace. APC is a violent party. I'm not saying that's in 60s, but in them, they talk about it. So, no, but this particular APC, way be fortunate for coming up, and they say, like a peaceful party. So, I believe still we get to 1, 2 members. I also these are programs for last year because we have other areas that we will get for touch.
Yes.
But let them encourage really who want them to come and help.
And
Let them look at we say we have people. SNP, let them work together with all other political capacity for a better Sierra Leone. If they not be saying the past you in a Southeast Center, you get your in a Southeast Center, then you have to peace now. So in interest of peace, we all just come together and basic and then we all just one name, we all are Sierra Leoneans, then we go ahead. Over to you.
thank you so much, Mr. Blaq. Thank you so much. Well stated. Make a call on Mr. Fona. Come on in, sir. It seems like the time we don't spend at night. Make have been say better we'll start with Mr. Samora, if not because the late chief all get so many things that when I want to say about obviously it will overshadow the late Mr. Samora. Come on in, Mr. Fona. I want to give away. Can you hear us? Yeah.
Look, I'll tell you one fact, Khadija.
Yes, sir.
Peace and process reconciliation. Me and you could talk from January to December. You could hold peace meetings and whatever. It not will happen until we get the inspired leadership. Just like this, Ibrahim said they talk about Nelson Mandela. You cannot even compare Mandela to any West African leader or even Sierra Leone leader. And honestly, Nelson Mandela learned a lot of things over the years in prison. We given time for unravel the mysteries of apartheid. And then we come with a focus and an inspired leader. When they say inspired leadership, what you all man and the born really become leaders. Plenty who don't lead Sierra Leone to leaders. Now, just by circumstances, populism, and opportunities. All the leaders that we get at Sierra Leone are opportunistic. All of them. Up till now, Sierra Leone don't get that leader yet.
Oh, I don't know why we need to hear you. Mr. Fona, yeah, check again.
Hello, you get me?
Okay, now, yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
It's okay.
Trying to get a call.
It's okay.
The real leader of Sierra Leone. Now, ain't there for carve. Now, ain't there for create the foundation for everything. You see, a country ready for develop and progress. Now, through leadership we can bring examples. The Kuti Abioseh and Rwanda, a place beside and Bucha, almost 1 million people in 1 month. Countries like Namibia, these are very inspired leaders. Marabou is not a leader because you don't get institutional framework around them to understand any, no understanding of the issues. Actually work in the institution for 27 years. It just get that nostalgia of the NPRC days. Understand democracy, understand bipartisanship, feel comfortable with working and interacting with any other kind of people, asking you see the pattern inside the government. So whatever people they talk about reconciliation, not only business. If I make reconciliation or not, I don't give a damn about it. What I give a damn about is the leadership of Sierra Leone. And the leadership now they lead the concept of reconciliation. The whole Arabia Council, an inspired leader. You can't worry for the whole kind of thing. For example, as the beginning post-election violence, the kind of statements that we go make at the country about post-election violence and the kind of examples already set. The kind of people who go harass, we go arrest young people. The person who want to bring change, and they begin the change from inside your house. Then you make other people feel comfortable about you. That is how leaders like Kagame did the way, and like Magufuli in Tanzania, they make a difference at the country. Because they don't fit for muzzle their own party, they went to school, they eat at the same pants together, they sleep at the same bed, you don't sack them. Because within the poor Sierra Leone leadership, now this we own leaders are quick for turn the place into a clan or into a cabal rather than be inspired for change. President Koroma, I can mark him and he get a tick for a human rights record. He was actually good. Today, President Koroma will walk around the street of Makeni, he will walk around the street of crowd, and run after. Then he still get integrity just because of harm nobody, not hurt nobody. This I can give him a big tick, although I the first critic of him. But would you see that Abio with this kind of pattern? First and foremost, I've asked this question many times. He will never change this trajectory. He's finished, he don't fail, and he will continue for fail because in DNA, let us possibly understand reconciliation. And I know personal, political, social responsibility. Nobody can bring reconciliation past Marabu life actually do it. Because whatever thing any other person do, they will dismantle them. So look like Mr. Ibrahim did a story in 1998 where they get a group and everything to go talk to the two parties there. When Kamara not be ready, you know, see I end up found. This is what I'm talking about. He be like, I will talk this thing. They already Pope John, this Pope Francis. We don't go between a Sudanese leader here in the opposition. Foot, he kiss them, foot, the white Pope, he go between them, kiss them, all for the interest of peace. So this is what I say. Nelson Mandela will got inspired. Paul Kagame will got inspired. You see how they change the countries around. But we don't get that inspired leadership. And Marabi will forget it. He just start off with a bad note and it will end up in a bad note. So bad luck to Sierra Leone. Anybody talk about peace and reconciliation, you're just wasting your time. Because it's not going to happen. Because these people, they get bad blood. Their political temperament too bad. They don't actually understand the concept of, they don't do nothing. Nobody knows them nothing. I mean, there is no evidence for who say during the era of President Koroma, he harmed Marabio. In fact, that person will pay rent for Marabio. That person will give Marabio how many hundreds of bags of rice during the Ebola, say go sensitize people. Instead, Marabio go sensitize himself. He give Marabio money. He will broke down a state house. We know all this kind of thing. Plenty of we vex President Koroma say, why you do so much good? How many people in the APC we criticize President Kamara because they appoint so many people at the SLP? We turn around today, they all mix for the bad way they have. So now I'll just waste on time on this thing. The concept of reconciliation and the government's irresponsibility when they get the political will, do they have it? I often say this SLPP get that in their DNA and they are not caught out because we don't see the same pattern back in 1998. And the same pattern back with the CISO. Anytime an SLPP make an power. This is the first problem the presidential bodyguard go inside Pademba Road and murder prisoners there, where they're not convicted in prison. And they try for Tristan first, the number go to 7, regular camp, somebody correct us in 11. For the 11, they don't do fake how they call ourselves, outcome and everything, fake one, they say that 31, but we don't say nearly 100 prisoners we are more. And thank God the international community don't meet with the deceased victims them, the deceased relatives them, and the lawyers, and they don't create what they call an international penal code. Because that means that after when power come on SLPP, they will arraign a lot of people for face justice. Just like we they don't catch Yaya Jammeh, the internal affairs minister. Now one Scandinavian country, they don't catch her right now, they therefore go to stand trial. So these SLPP, this I assure you, Khadija, you go mark the words today that the government really will arraign members of the government for stand trial, just like when they arraigned in Ganoma in 2000, when they take out the Hague and lock them up. This could happen with this government of Malawi. It is the same pattern. So, I mean, we all want reconciliation. We all want lasting peace. Everybody wants peace. We criticize President Kurumate, but I try to go salary and live free. I even meet with the president himself. We had a discussion. I was his first critic. We laugh, we joke. He said, this is the kind of man. I personally like him for who he is. You know, one of the things I disagreed with him in administration because you know the audacity for punish one will be the bad side. But personally, I like him so much. No matter what I met with when I was bury me that we had a really lengthy discussion, and I was very, very impressed that you know exactly. So but today look at him in the worker. They get charged for sitting out of the country. But now see after when they don't kick Malawi from power, not seems like get that audacity for today's acceptable. And we will say President we'll wait for see.
Wow.
Thanks, Khadija.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. It seems like we don't labor so much, it won't exhaust 3 hours. And I believe, say, maybe you and Mr. Blaq will come back with three-way and the other good things that way Mr. Blaq they do for We Beloved Salon. I think so we don't exhaust more than waiting we actually anticipated. I don't know if you agree with me. Now we try for call it off and try for do another part, another day, not so. And I don't do well. So having said that, I want to give back the opportunity for ne in a last word to the youth of Sierra Leone and Sierra Leonean as a whole. Which will be in our last advice then before we call it quit. Mr. Blaq, come on in, sir.
Yes, Khadija. The only message really is to the youth, because when you look at the population of Sierra Leone, 65-70% are youth, and it looks at the people that really suffer. 50% are youth, because your job no day, nothing. Some man finish university, college, high school, nothing, no jobs. They just pass up, you know. That's why we have so many things that really happen now in the country where they go out of control because when the opportunity when they say we have then just enter with that. Adding with the way how they exercise the feeling, I just want to talk to them. This time around, elections they come. Some of we don't tell them say if you not believe say your mama na the best person you get, you wait for your step mama for come it for you, you will suffer. Now this thing will happen. We don't know it will happen. I'm talking to you directly now as a youth energizer, being a model energizer. A lot of youth them, they are beside the come just now. Elections we need them to register. If we want go away from this suffering, let me voice we message them in the ballot box. No violence. Let me stay away from the violence. Let me just stay peace like how we do it. And so, when the time comes, then we register in numbers out there, sensitize people them, and then go and vote and make sure say we put this particular government way they make us suffer so out of power, and then we will get peace back in the country. The development will come, jobs will come, business will come. Because the telephone free, like a news where I will never send business here again them say because I know saying na total loss. Because full me container saying how much I go pay for put na pot, how much I go sell for you to change back the money to a dollar and bring a car. And I'm not going to do business for that short. I want to do business for that at all. But wasting that for make we do back the things and if this government will realize say yes, the business are the only solution to our country. They realize that yes, we really back for go back into business and help for push our country before. So they are the brothers and sisters, they will maintain the peace. I know say don't provoke not too much, especially the opposition, don't provoke not too much. But don't be a long continue for be a the time when they fight will go to this soon. I will definitely that one day. Thank you.
Wonderful, sir. Thank you. I want to call on Mr. IB Ibrahim Sise. Come on in, sir. Yes.
Thank you, Khadija, and I say thanks to everybody who participates for this. Right knowledge we all get today, we understand. And first of all, I can always say when I say the grassroots or the roots of Sierra Leone, most time we take advantage on the women then, which means that most people like you say the youth then who can always feel that the boy picking them and a man no more. But the language will elaborate for level clearer. This Fatima bill in take hands of our children or how they call every day at the talker. I'm not there against that program day. The problem is inside the office they wouldn't prepare for they go complain. Wouldn't prepare they go me say, oh, me person on me this they abuse me or this they abuse me. Whether not the secretary, whether not the publicity secretary, whether not the treasurer, whether not the chair lady, whether not the president, or whether they go at that office day, where they rather listen to them. Whether a doctor or nurse or nurse, something what they call. These are the reasons why we talk about this. We need lawyers, them. We need doctors, them. We need police officers. Them. For they come on TV, they talk to drivers them, for the accident how they happen. Doctors they talk to people about the medical thing how they happen to people them. Laws in the car they talk to me about the laws that they pass the parliament on a courthouse, this that. But then people are afraid. If you lawyer can talk na TV, you can't talk small thing against the government or what's not right. You know they promote again. You know we get case. You know we get ever be judged as alone. Doctor, you know, ever head department. So the people they feel and I fear they get for come out from people. Follow them. When I wrote the president be said to do, he said, I be well green, on a special green. So what him my brother talk this now, Mr. Blaq, we talk say when NPS take over, that for kill the APC. Mother they talk up. He said I be well green, but on a special green, but I not go talk at this night. Now open meeting. We get for left that. And like when we go talk for be a president at the name of everybody, but a leader in a different position. When you win, you become a president. But if you are not a leader, you know where you change the situation. And at that, you go for making Sierra Leone. And you go, you see, we Sierra Leoneans them. One thing we will fail, especially Africa, either we vote because we like you, or vote for the party. So we need that way to pick them. Because look like President Adadu, when he lost the election, he not become active to do political business. All the day with US by London, they go up and down, they go up and down. Election come back, he said the last year for run twice, he come back, he can run twice. But if he be actively dealt in Sierra Leone politics after he done lost the election, if I understand and know exactly what they go on with the people in Sierra Leone. But for the past 20 years, if they go up and down, they don't play no part of the politics of Sierra Leone. That make it find it very difficult. And we are the diaspora. Now we send them bad message there. That's alone. Because if we be strong, believe me, we the diaspora will get first as alone. The young generation, they listen to we the diaspora there. And until we the diaspora them, we put ourselves together, say this person not fit for being president. This person not fit for leading because in background we check, you know the work. Certain position they don't put alone as alone. From the presidential position, take cannot to minister them. If abroad now you make a mistake there, you don't go be a politician for the rest of your life anymore. No go I post for the rest of your life. Look what happened para constituency 110. You minister they can't open, they can't take box, ballot box, scatter our street. They violate the right of the people they want for vote. Nobody will ask you a question. Then they pull how they call them that they now call they put cutlass they show to put on TV. Arata. You know they make they even hide themselves. It is not to people. So people they don't become so scared as Salon. They don't want to talk, but want to respect Salon people. Without ballot, they come. To me, that's when they go to say they let you or they not let you.
Thank you so much.
See,
Yeah, go ahead.
I was at the time for tell me brother then sister then. Yes, I really think me brother then respond. But you are not get patient. Sierra Leone are the only country who get. When you go happen as Salon, some of you go run go Guinea because I don't get it. Some of you go run go Liberia and I don't get it. Some of you not go outside. We go to Western, we go Eastern back. When I don't go to Western, we go run go Eastern. When I don't go to Eastern, we don't go to Western. So but you are the big Sierra Leone people. Now you change your attitude. Now you change your behavior. Sierra Leone are the only country. If anything happen there, we not gonna know how they go. Either they kill we or survive or suffer. So do you no patience. I'm not saying yes. Why I use the word say no we do a reconciliation? Yes, it will take you a time, but not practice and not start time. So they're not a real generation. But if we begin and can't don't meet that generation, we start time. Those are not going to for starter. So that are the big all members, all surrounding this. I'm not looking for party, I'm not looking for government. Yes, I understand. It's painful some of what we go through. But Lord learn for forgive him. Fall back again. Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. Well stated. Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Sankoila, and then I will call Mr. Fona. Mr. Sankoila, come on in, sir. When are you, sir? I think the volume.
Okay, thank you very much. Better will call me before Mr. Fona. I guess something for say to run directly at the end of the topic. So I want to tell Blaq thank you. First of all for the courage and the patience. As I say, I know most of them family they insist that we say they outside and in the state and all the other family. I even know in Mama. So I feel bad the way we meet up from side with that woman. I feel sad, but I believe that God put courage in their hearts. And I want to tell this doctor, thank you. Actually, I know vexed, but I just want to bring something direct. I don't say, oh, with the religious past, see the way I see so. I already had the global rapid on in it. So, but with the real remain past the moment. So, in the good way talk about reconciliation. Not to say we still some, but I just analyze let something start. Because me, I don't believe it. If them people are able to run a government perfect, we the northern man, we give them the state, we run the business as far they make the floor open for everybody. I said to God, 1 to 2 years, some of them pass to meet in our office, we give them token. I believe in that on business. But get people that will get degree right now, where they not see when at the job, then they can business. I don't want me see me nieces they will just graduate this year. I don't even think about for them asking for business because they grow up on business. Now be they are not even ask for job because I know say this time we don't get no opportunity for get job. Now business money I send for them, and I get 3 picking away by the face of Allah the next 2 years. Then they graduate. Now the same thing I plan for do. But we not get problem if them the rules they don't find. But we can say no more sometimes. Adebayo, when you talk to them, they can clean the I see them as tenant, even to I think I send them for you. Now they no money no they give. So this is sad. All them things in this they don't know they go before. And also people then they struggle for understanding. But even though office people them the thing where they involve them for money, so they're not to say the money they take at the official and a pocket. If they say you're not the honorable, you're not the minister, so man they rent, so man they begin the school be, so man I ain't involved, but who people them where they in the office. Some money where they can say so this person take this money. But all these you need ideas for rebuild the system. So Mr. Fana, you best post way they listen to your program, where you take from MPRC, where you analyze. Me, I want if study that one year you find, let your program you want. Let you give the actually let you pull out 14 years, you pull now you did. Now once I can hate you. Why you say they come from political party? I say, well, we done. Yes. Now I say, well, we done. No hope. If a man like you go from a political party and say no other party, no the cross party, whether they dent you or you be like Yonkela. And I believe, as I know you not get for people like that. You end up for on away. Why can't you start somewhere? And like look the young man then they today then they voting and they in a parliament. If not they got match you start, you never know. Every starting. The small color way they make a change thing. If you don't want to forgo, pick up. But if you go from political party, I tell you, as far you now, North Canaan, the Southeast, like Yonkela, nothing you know they get me. When you success. Then I read what give me confidence in APC. Then anyhow you look then Democratic, where and else win the power. It left people the all corner of the country for the healing process. Then go meet people then where them beat, that post-election violence. It send people there all over the country for go apologize to people there where they do bad. Some of them, then the SLPP said some of them give them money. Then over there are the office, even during the regime of the APC. Then they block people there where they no one let them pass in. They're not the passing. They're not bulldoze them. So a man like you, when you get a job, you work now. These are the job this now. Man who don't work now, he get the application, he work full time. As so to God elect now.
All right, Mr. Eli, it seems like you get some issue with your device. Mr. Fona, come in until you come back, please. Come on in, sir. Now you say give your last advice to the youth and Sierra Leone as a whole.
Well, I don't say much in this regard, but it's unfortunate that real youths don't extend on to 40 years old.
Absolutely.
I'm saying that Sierra Leone, the country where somebody was born, take 40 years.
Yes. We all not still youths.
And all this bad role model, all now don't come from past politicians. And the youth don't need good role models. I think they affect this nation. We did the Generation X, last Generation X, they were born from 1964 to 1979. Today, now we get a duty of care for be actually serious about Sierra Leone and actually create a good role model. Like I established Shitori first as a movement, provide volunteers, provide support to volunteers and everything that the nations got established all over the country. And people then come say, we will transform this into a political party. But I don't actually give the word until I get a special program in regards to that. But what we will do now, as I talk so now, for civic engagement, community and rural development. And that is why we will continue to provide support. And we see a lot of things we do on social media. It's a difficult place for youth to grow and thrive. And like Mr. Dawda say, Mr. Abraham also say that the youth and a mixture of male and females. So when I say young person, look at what they happen. Hands off our girls. What's leading the spread of billions? The organ were responsible for all the investigation when the family support unit, so they get more than 4 million a year. But first lady, you want to take billions and billions. The family support units don't get forensics, they don't get DNA testing facility, they don't get motorcar, they don't get under them, go to their job. So what you normally say to the youth, you know, we will be the Sierra Leone, we'll be so conscientious, we'll be so focused that so take it, will be happy for finish program. In left we go to bed hungry, but no one will be use with you. That's what we do. So take it, they hungry kill me. Before pussy can't tell me X, Y, Z. So let us be aware of whether they will want support. I'm not saying it is too tough, and that this the way we modern day politicians do, or make law that becomes subservient, for turn online into thugs, turn online into this. But would have become hopeful because one fine day, God will bring this person we will call leader. We will come for can change all that trajectory there. A humble person, what that person they come overseas, go to Gucci and Pierre make noise that, this, that. Because we say for only the diaspora now, we they cause this problem. How? When we go holiday, we not be humble. We not do this. Let me tell you what put all the training, all them doing latest model them for go actually stay around the youths. I mean, I don't see any reason why we for go bluff people them. Or no, make them feel like say the diaspora now a place of gold and dialogue. I lie. Now a strong willing place. We that we for be humble, that we for give them confidence, that we for give them support, that we for give them hope, that we for support them, and we for remove this egoistic business by we. Then people not sit down, they didn't have more for Canada diaspora. They make all kind of bad day because all overseas. Because of the bad impression they will set. So anyway, the final advice to now. Lord God, Lord pray, Lord put everything where God will send me the right leader. We humble, down to earth, also we actually able to speak to the people and actually move this country forward. Show good examples for the future of the generation Y and generation Z. That's my last word, Khadija.
Thank you so much. I've truly learned a lot from each of you, even on a very sad and bitter knowledge. I appreciate it so much. What a wonderful meeting we all get today. I want make we remember the late Alhaji Blaq Kamara, where and we prayers near the Almighty sorry for him. Every goodness we do, may God multiply for him. May God gain the highest of Jannah. Again, born in Kashu village, Port Loko chiefdom, 1939, and finally left way 1998. May God continue for giving family comfort, and may they able for go past that painful day where they finally lost them papa. And I also want now we continue for pray also for the late Mr. Samora, where many as in I read the audio and the submission of Ian brother when Mr. Fona when self take time today where he can for speak on behalf of the family. Now we remember Mr. Kevin Amadou Abioseh Abioseh Samora, when the former superintendent of police. May God Almighty continue for give comfort to Insefion family and give good road. All we audience today, we viewers them in a thank you. Always remember what in bind we together. Now we find a place now we had so we they forgive and try for see how we go able for patch and pick up the pieces for now we'll move salon to a better place. We definitely get for meet back again with Mr. Dauda and Mr. Fona, so that way they will get more time. The conversation was so intense and interesting that we're not able for focus more on with the contribution to beloved Mama Salon. Again, Uda we're not able for read in a comment in a forgive way. We social media correspondence we supposed to call, but of course I'll say they enjoy the show. I not blame them when I supposed to help with the chat room. Having said that, after God we always appreciate Inaya. So without Ina after God there's no salon for all, and it's our mistake by Ina forgive we. That's not the intention. We always come and speak the truth and nothing but the truth as they try for bring a better Mama Salon. We also now we continue for remember the parent of the late Khadija Sakor, Madinatu Sakor, where of course we all know what happened to Ram, and in Papa just find out say while we did on live, and Papa himself also in hospital, now the Almighty get a speedy recovery, and that of in biological mom and all in family. Then God give them patience, then God bring an end to that vicious cycle now, the Republic of Sierra Leone. Until next time, this is Salon for All, Voice for All Network Television. I am your host, Khadija Tijan Nabi. May God bless the Republic of Sierra Leone and each of we, and may God bless the United States of America. Good night, good morning, bye.
Bye. Thank you very much, Khadija.
You are so welcome. Hold on 1 second for me, Anne.